Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ace Attorney trilogy, or specifically Spirit of Justice. I don't know why I keep doing both. So last time we finished, we finished the episode 4. We actually got that all done in one shot, and it was kind of just like I said, a filler case, nothing too important. Oh, it's nice to see Athena stand on our own, sort of. It's actually some pretty heavy hitting from Black Quill from Dual Destinies in that case. Really liked him in that trial. But anyway, today we're going to start up episode 5, which I believe might be the last game, or last episode, I mean. But it turns out we might have a DLC case or something along those lines after this. But this is the final, for the main story, this looks like it's going to be the final case. So let's go ahead and do that. We're playing with the save game data? Yes. Yeah, we're getting that escalation I thought would happen. Kind of inevitable. Game's been building up to this moment now. I don't know exactly how it's going to pan out.
It's time for a revolution!
That's far enough.
Huh? Who's there?
It is I, the Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm.
Good people of Kurain, we can't allow things to go on like this.
The Defense Culpability Act has done nothing but produce countless victims of wrongful convictions. The time to act is now, for we, the Defiant Dragons, have obtained the ultimate weapon, the Founder's Orb. And to the Garenian regime, make no mistake about it, I will personally dethrone you. A dragon never yields, nor will he rest until his revolution is complete.
Voice actor that is. His voice is very familiar. I feel like we hear him in a lot of places. All right, we're back in the office. We might be playing as Apollo. Right? Anything interesting. May 16th, 11 a.m. And this concludes our report on the recent television hijacking incident in Kurain. But really, who could have anticipated such a surprising turn of events? Did you hear that, Polly? Someone hijacked the airwaves over there. Like something out of a movie. And we're playing as Apollo. He's not impressed. Oh, is he gonna realize that guy looks a lot like him? Apollo. Yeah. He's Dirk. What are you up to this? Oh, you know him. Did Apollo know his father or not? I think I mentioned it last time that, oh, we might reveal his father. So I guess I assumed he didn't. I don't know if he remembers that, or he just remembers. No, because he doesn't remember who his mom is. He doesn't know his father. Oh, well, whatever. We'll find out. It's this like implies he does know him. Although, like, he knows him, he doesn't know his father. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why he would know him, but not know he's his father. But I guess we'll see. Eric, what are you up to this time? Wait a second. You know the TV hijacker or something, Apollo? You could say that, but it was a long time ago. And why do you know someone like that? I mean, they're calling him an insurgent. Yeah, about that. Hey now, is that any way to talk about the man who raised you? Huh? Oh. Well, okay. Hey there, Apollo. Long time no see. How have you been, son? Okay. Well, I mean, like, son's an expression, but he's like talking to raise him, so yeah, he is his father. That's that guy that was on TV. Ah. Guilty as charged. Surprised to see me, Apollo? Yeah, kind of. I just beamed in from Kurain, and boy, are my arms tired. Wow. This can't be happening. I must be dreaming, or hallucinating, or both. No, you're not Apollo. It's a TV hijacker / insurgent in the flesh. Wow, we're just like hitting the ground rolling here. I'm so confused. Mr. Hijacker, sir, I have so many questions. I don't even know where to begin. Rolling start. Okay. But let's start with that bit about the man who raised you. I guess you're answering that question way sooner than I thought. Wait, don't tell me you haven't told anyone about me, son. Okay to brag about it. Tell everyone your old man's me, the rebel Dirk. Okay, well, so that clears that up. I mean, my face is all over the TV these days. I'm practically a celebrity. Ha 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 ha. Brucey, what do you say we close up early today? Ooh. Father issues, Apollo? What? Why? Oh, come on, son. No need for the cold shoulder. I know I'm going to regret this, but what do you want, Dirk? You just show up here without warning after all this time. What gives? Came all this way to see you, son. Come, rejoice. Right. Why don't you tell me the real reason you're here? Well, okay, so maybe there's a little something I need your help with too, but the fact is I came here to see you. That's the honest truth. I bet I'm wondering if it's Phoenix got arrested for his defending or being associated with the rebels. A number of things, really. The fact is I came to say here, that's the honest truth. Yes, I think we've established that. Figures. I haven't seen him in 10 plus years and he's already asking for our favor. Really is a rebel in the purest sense. He just does whatever he pleases. Come on, Polly, I need the details. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, hold your horses. First, I've got a few questions of my own. I think we look around the place before. Maybe I could have. I think I had the option to, technically. It's one of those contraptions for cutting people into pieces. How did you know that, Mr. Dirk? Well, it just so happens I've been in one of these myself. Really? You have? Yes, once when I was being held prisoner by the Minister Inga's secret police, they tried to torture me into revealing one of my compatriots' hideouts. That's a torture device. Oh my god. That's a torture device. This is a magic prop, Dirk. Man, and I barely escaped that thing alive. But my respect as a magician for your death-defying spirit. Got your jacket. What's with this bright red jacket? Who would wear such garrus thing? Maybe one of our clients forgot it here. Love to get a look at the man who dare wear something like this. Me too. I know I don't wear it much, but she has to know it's mine, right? Yeah, Apollo locks the vest. Doesn't like the rock the full thing. Excuse me. Books. Why is this? Why this is Apollo's journal? Huh? What's it doing at the office? It's magic. Let's see what he wrote. No, don't. Huh? There's nothing in here. What? This calls for a special spell. Presto Diario. Why, there's writing appearing right before my very eyes. Like I said, it's magic. Now go ahead and read to your heart's content. Wow. I mean, give me that. This is, we came all the way here and then we're just kind of just shooting the breeze. I was gonna say something else. Shooting the breeze with about the office. We're kind of like delaying some very important talking. That's Charlie, the houseplant. You know, my hideout used to have a houseplant too. We called it Apollo. But it was a cactus. How'd you guess? Did I miss a selectable thing? This Polly's hair is just as spiny. Hey, leave my hair out of this. And he has a prickly attitude to boot. Better quit while I'm ahead. Nothing on this guy, huh? Okay, yeah, they're half brother sister, not full brother sister. Magic stuff. This is one seriously cluttered office. I mean, do you really need a piano here? Well, it has sentimental value for Daddy, you see. Yeah, but this office could use a little help with its bottom line. What if we sold it? Apollo. You better give me a cut of the proceeds when you do. Money before memories, eh? This office finances really must be in dire straits then. I don't know how. We're the best defense attorneys in the country. Because we only happen to like enroll in cases that we happen to stumble upon or a very close friend points us to. Actually, open invitation for anyone. More magic props. Oh, I've seen a ring like this before. I used to be quite good with these things, or with these. Really? Wow, why don't you show us? Well, if you insist, I'll show you the act of daring do I used to perform to supplement my income. Just have to light the ring on fire, then I'll jump through it. That's a fire hoop. This is a kid's toy, Dirk. Alright, I think that's about it. Alright. One last thing. Check this out. What's that? My attorney's badge. I can relate. I used to want to show up my mine off too. But I don't ever show it to anyone in Kurden. They'll run you right out of town the moment they find out you're a lawyer. Wonder how it went for Mr. Wright. Knowing him, he probably flashed his left and right. We did a little. Alright. What's up, Dirk? Pleased to meet you, little lady. My name is Dirk Sadamati. Ooh, wow. Oh, they're brothers. Oh my god. They look nothing alike. I mean, Apollo and... Well, no, yeah, Apollo and Nayuta Sadamati. They don't look anything alike. Maybe I'll notice something when we get back in the courtroom, but that didn't strike me. Where you can clearly see this guy has some Apollo in him. I'm well, a rebel by trade. A rebel? But on TV, they were calling you an insurgent. So which is it? Personally, I vote for rebel. What the cause? Oh, excuse me. They're beyond. I vote for a rebel with a cause, a real headache for anyone in your way. Trucy. Ha! You got me there. I'm the head of a resistance group. The Divine Dragons were like the good, bad, and the ugly, but without the good part. In Kurnan, I'm the boogeyman, a tall tale parents use to spook their kids straight. That's too bad. You seem like you'd be a fun, cool guy to hang out with. This little lady's a real catch, son. I'm talking bride material if you get to my grift. Wow. That's very subtle, man. Wait, what? Oh, stop it. You're embarrassing me, Dad. He's a plucky one, all right. Don't pluck me out of my misery. Now, about that man who raised you business. Foster father, okay. What did Dirk mean when he said that he's the man who raised you, Apollo? Can I see myself in the court record? I mean, I can see, that's not like exact, but it definitely looks similar-ish to Apollo. It's not like I one-to-one. That's like looks nothing like him. I guess maybe he's adopted like Apollo is, foster. What did Mr. Dirk said when he, oh my god, what did Dirk mean when he said that he's the man who raised you, Apollo? Truth is, I grew up in the kingdom of Croran. Did I never mention that? Oh, so you grew up in Croran? Wait, are you saying you're not from around here, Polly? No, it's just I was raised in Croran when I was really little. Oh, that's a shocker. It's like I hardly know anything about you. Oh my god, shut me again. I don't know where those yawns are coming from. How come you never told me? Because the writers kind of didn't think of it till now. Oh, you really haven't said a word about your past, have you? What? That I was raised by a wanted criminal? It's like a bad joke. I mean, no one outside Kurran really cares, I think. It does sound rather melodramatic. I doubt anyone would even believe you. You two haven't seen each other in a while, huh? You could say that. I'd wager it's been at least 10 years. Wow, that's a really long time. Yeah, well, I figured he'd forgotten about me. She kind of knows the feeling, I think. Not a chance. It's just, well, starting a revolution takes time, and keeping it going even more so. Being a wanted man, I couldn't just hop on a plane and come say hello. I get it. It's fine. But truth be told, weird having Dirk suddenly show up acting all parental. I didn't even almost forgotten about Kurden. No, that's not true. Probably tried to forget about it on purpose. Now then, Mr. Dirk, what is it we can help you with? need to get my hands on the Founder's Orb, the most sacred treasure of Kurin. That's where you come in. Founder's Orb? Wait, but didn't you say you already had it, have it in that podcast of yours? Don't go believing everything you see on TV, little lady. No one's seen her hair. Oh my god, here comes the gat. What the heck? Ugh, what's going on? I think I'm bored of the game. I don't know where these yawns are coming from. They're like just forced their way out. No one's seen or hid, no one's seen, hide, or nor hair of the Founder's Orb for some time. Yeesh. No way. That was just a bluff? What are you going to do if you don't find it? I don't know. Guess that just means we have to find it, son. I thought the Founder's Orb, when they mentioned it before, might be the little thing we found. You know, they used to open the orb we used to open the rebel hideout, but I guess it's something else. Can't really back down now, can I? Bye. Different years, same old Dirk. It's all coming back to me now. Hold on. I think I read something about this in the newspaper a while back. Something about you guys stealing a secret treasure from a temple's treasure room. That's a little crock. We didn't lay a finger on the orb. Oh, right. Was that the orb from the first case? Is that the thing they're talking about? Or was it like vague? Yeah, I guess. That's a little crock. We didn't lay a finger on the orb. Really? It's baseless allegations, all of it. Our enemy has really found a way to keep us on our toes. Oh, so it's like a setup. It's long and short of it. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that first case a little bit. It's, we not find, yeah, I guess we didn't find the orb in that case. That was missing? Or was it? I forget. It'll come back to me. That's the long and short of it. However, my compatriot has been hot on the orb's trail. And just the other day, his hard work finally paid off. Here's another one. Oh, what? What? I've never yawned like this. Like, I can't remember last time so many yawns were like being forced out of me. I don't know what's going on. We now know the Founder's Orb is in Kurin Village. Ooh. It's gonna be hidden in that jar pearl broke something. Can't imagine, like, I don't remember anything significant else that was there. Rain Village. Yes, I hear there are spirit mediums there. They even have direct relations with Kurin. Spirit mediums, right? Some doctor of archaeology there supposedly has the orb. Name is Archie Buff. I want to say Archie Bluff. I guess this is gonna be our victim. The Fine Dragon compatriot has already made contact with him. There's another one. No yawn that time. Apparently someone asked the doctor to study the orb. Whoever asked him to do that is the real thief. Most likely. And you think that this guy will just handle the orb over to you? My compatriot Dats says Dr. Buff has already promised to do so. Seems like he knew it had been stolen and wanted to do the right thing. Dats, I remember running around with him when I was a kid. Really? Why, well, in his 30s, wasn't he? He was here too, huh? He's like significantly older than Apollo. I mean, Apollo's like in his early 20s, so. Apollo, I want you to be present as my lawyer when I take possession of the orb. Would you do that for me? You know. I feel like it's actually not out of character for Apollo to say no here, so let's try that. I haven't seen you in years and you waltz in here and asking for a favor? You have a lot of nerve, you know. Of course we'll help, right, Apollo? Wait, Trucy. Oh, come on. It's not like you have any work anyway. Besides, we're talking about rebels and legendary treasure here. It'll be fun. Sigh, why is she always into the things I'm not? Fine, but I'll charge my standard fee. What is your fee? Because you always complain about money. It seems like it's no charge from what I can tell. He didn't get paid for, I don't know, did he get paid for his Phoenix Wright case? I don't think he did. I think we got negative pay because we locked up his boss and lost his job. And there was that noodle guy who I don't think could pay us much. Well, technically, we had a bunch of different cases than that. Yeah, I don't know. Now, tell me about the Founder's Orb. If I remember correctly, the Founder's Orb, or the Founder, is always depicted as a faceless spirit medium. What do you mean, faceless? Images of the Founder, the Holy Mother of Kurin, never show her face. Depicted as a commit of the greatest taboo in Kurinism. They don't want a spirit channeler, I guess. The greatest taboo, huh? Wonder why. I mean, what could she have looked like to make them hide her face like that? Oh yeah, there could be some significance. I mean, it might look like Maya. That'd be a hell of a thing. I mean, right now, from what we know right now, that's the most likely answer. Other than they just want to hide the spirit medium's face so it can't be, you know, summoned. As for the Founder's Orb, it was discovered during the excavation 8 years ago, and has an interesting legend that goes along with it. It's said that there is a riddle to the orb, and that any who can solve it will receive immense spiritual power from the Founder herself. Sounds like one big fairy tale to me. In any case, just that what us defiant dragons need to get our revolution started. With it, we can gain the spiritual power and thus the legal authority to rule Kurin. Sure. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but whatever. Wait, suppose I believe this legend, then anyone can become king or queen? And that's why you think it'll help you overthrow the Garan regime? Only the rulers of Kurin have ever laid eyes upon the orb. On the orb, Apollo. A legendary treasure that bestows immense spiritual power. Doesn't that sound like something you'd want to see with your own 2 eyes? It does sound just like a tiny bit. Oh my god. That does sound just a tiny bit intriguing. Founder's Orb added to the court record. We have no clue what it looks like. Wonder how accurate the silhouette will be. That should just about cover everything. Any other questions? Not right now. Ah, I almost forgot. I brought you a present. Eat up, son. Sushi. Figured you probably couldn't afford 3 square meals a day, so... Yeah, you're a lawyer, that famously poor job. Although, technically, there's actually a lot of lawyers not doing too well. Apparently a law degree doesn't guarantee you much of anything. When you start working out, you need connections. Otherwise, you're working in like some backroom sorting documents. Enjoying your multiple thousand, tens of $1,000 degree, being a glorified assistant. Anyway, yeah, I was just thinking it was time for lunch. You digging too, little lady? Bro, we're practically family, right? Ha 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 ha. Thanks, Dad. Ooh, that tuna looks good. Chomp, nom nom nom. Salmon sushi's got my name on it. Chomp, chew, chew, chew. Aren't you hungry, son? This is some of the best sushi you'll ever have. I'm good. Oh, well, okay then. Actually, I have one more present for you. Here. What's this? Oh, wow. It has been 23 years since he passed away. Okay, so I guess this taste in clothing is genetic. Hard to say if he, I mean, like, again, besides the suit, it's hard to tell from this picture alone what his father really looks like. How much he looks like him. Huh? This is my father? His name was Joe Justice. Yeah, I guess he had to get his last name from somewhere. Jove. I haven't talked to you about your real father in some time, but as you know, he was a musician, a wandering minstrel, if you will, and a talented one at that. Why are you giving this to me now? I thought it was sad you didn't know what your old man looked like. Searched high and low to find that one picture. What's wrong, Apollo? Don't you want it? I don't know. I mean, it's not like I ever met the guy. Well, I went through all this trouble finding it, so go on, take it. Another look at that. Oh, shoot. And don't ever let it go. You hear? Well. Oh boy. Father's gonna be involved in this, huh? Well, now that our bellies are full, what do you say we hit the road? I mean, this little thing here is important. Like, obviously something's important. And it's a guitar. The thing that obviously stands out is this little thing. But even then, it's not that important. It kind of blends in. It's not super distinct. Yeah, there's nothing that really stands out besides him and this. Like, I'm looking for like any obvious telltale markings or something to keep in mind. Got white fingerless gloves. But no, there's nothing super distinct. Maybe the hat? Yeah, you know, usually when you look at these pictures, there's something that obviously stands out or some detail that not placed there randomly. This is a little harder to tell. Oh, well, now that our bellies are full, what do you say we hit the road? 1 second. Hey, Trucy, any idea where Athena is? She left early this morning to pick up Daddy from the airport. Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Wright is coming back today. Yeah, but I wonder why he cut his trip short like that. Anyway, shouldn't they have been back by now? Knowing Athena, she probably got lost. Wow, no respect. Well, there's no point sitting around here waiting. Let's get going. Can't wait to see the super mysterious treasure. To Crane Village, then. Founder's Orb awaits. All right, we already looked around, so let's head out. Oh, actually, isn't this photo? Brings back memories. He was a fine young man, so cheerful and fun to be around. His big, booming, singing voice would captivate everyone in the tavern. Looks-wise, he was like a grown-up version of you. And that still doesn't give me a sense of what my real father was like. Founder's Orb. They say the Holy Mother will return when the riddle of the orb is solved. She will bestow great spiritual power upon whoever accomplishes that feat. What if I could channel spirits if I had such power? Eh. Alright, nothing there. Oh yeah, this place is gonna get HDified. It's been a long time since we've been back here. Crane Village. So this is Crane, the mystical village of spirit channeling, where ancient traditions come alive. Looks like a really powerful peaceful place. I guess Paul's never been here. You can listen to this for a bit. Yeah, this traditional American town in America, definitely 100%. All right. I love the air here. Nothing beats the mountains, huh, Apollo? Come to think of it, I used to live way up in the mountains too, just like this. Sure brings back memories. Those were the days. The three of us living happily in peace. Still can't wrap my mind around it all, you know. And Mr. Dirk is not only Polly's daddy, but Prosecutor Sadamati as well. And the way you two talked about it, like it was nothing the whole bus right here. I guess it is a lot to take in. Wait, what did you say exactly? Okay, yeah. Like, I thought I might have read that in a way that implied that, oh yeah, he was his daddy too, even though that's not the case. I guess it is a lot to take in. So tell me, Mr. Dirk, what was Apollo like as a kid? Oh, he was full of piss and vinegar, he was. A real rascal. He and Nahuta used to run around in the open fields naked as jaybirds. Oh my god. Give me 1 sec. Alright, sorry about that. Left you with the mental image of Apollo running around naked just for a second. I've even got pictures of him posing in his birthday suit. Jeez. Whoa, 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 Dirk. No way. Prosecutor Sadamati used to be like that too. Two of them would end up with leeches on their butts and cry like babies. Dirk, don't you think you've said enough? Aw, you're no fun. Yeah, I wanted to hear more about the misadventures of Polly. What are you people doing here? Yeah, we're gonna have to meet some different Korean people, because it's like the only other person here besides Pearls and Maya are in jail. Like their mother, or no, aunt, Pearl's mother, and then what was her name? Mimi? Yeah, Mimi. Or was there? I forget which one was which. Hey, what are you people doing here? Emma. You know this lady, son? Yeah, this is Emma Sky. She's a detective. Yeah, what are you doing here? Technically speaking, I'm a forensic expert, but I'll let it slide. Anyway, I can't say I'm surprised to see you here. You always seem to pop up whenever there's trouble afoot. Still, what are the odds of running into you here in the boonies? The trouble, you mean you're investigating a case? Does it look like I'm here to sightsee? Wait, don't tell me. You're not here to see Dr. Buff, are you? Oh, well. Huh? How'd you know that? We're actually on our way to meet with him right now. Figures, well, follow me. I'll show you the way. Great. Really? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, son. Just follow the nice lady. Well, we all have alibis, I guess. Where do we do that? Oh, I can't look at the poster specifically. Phone booth and a bus stop made of wood. Both look really old. You hardly ever see phone booths in the city anymore. Paula, what's this glass box for? Guess you hardly see them in Korean too. There's a big boulder with towering into the sky over there. According to the sign, it's called a Korean boulder. It also says that spirit dwells within it. A rock with a spirit in it? Edo. It's called animism. The belief that spirits dwell within inanimate objects. They probably enshrine this boulder as a sacred object. The tradition of worshipping such objects is similar to our tradition in Korean. Interesting. Maybe the dirt could make sense every once in a while. Seeing those mountains really takes me back. I remember when you used to live high in the mountains to escape from the government. You don't live there anymore? Nope. I needed a more convenient place to lead the revolution from. That old mountain hut is still there. Man, I miss that hut. What, are you getting a little homesick, Apollo? You can come back to Korean anytime, you know. No, I'm fine. Besides, I've got a lot on my plate here. A thatched roof. First time I've ever seen one in real life. Looks just like the traditional thatched roofs they use in Japan. All we need now are some samurai with top knots, a few ninjas, and a cuddly mascot. When was the last time you were in Japan? Alright, well, so much here. Let's get a move on. Doctor, study. Yep. Got gears in it. It's that guy from Darkstalkers. Korean Village Doctor Study. So this is Dr. Buff's study. Wow, look at all those books. Ooh, wow. Shelves go from floor to ceiling. It's like a library in here. Like he just got knocked all the books off here. I thought he was overflowing. I mean, he's overflowing a little bit, but he's down. One's down. We saw down by the body line. Fell from up here. Green toy. Yes, and lots of artifacts too. A true archaeologist paradise. Look, son, there's so many relics. They're spilling onto the floor. What a delightfully amusing room. Yep, all I see is a mess. And what's with that white outline? Emma, where's the doctor? Well, the thing is, he died last night. Of course, wait, what? Seems an avalanche of books knocked him off his bookshelf ladder. We're labeling it an accidental death. What? Please tell me you're joking. As if I'd come all the way out here for a few laughs, Apollo. Yeah, I guess not. Scholar killed by his own books. Oh man, what do we do now? I mean, how can we transfer the ownership of the orb to you if he's dead? Yes, that is a problem. Anyway, can you please tell us exactly what happened? But first, check this out. Your attorney's badge? Huh. What? That normally gets a better reaction from you. I'm tired of collecting your fingerprints. It's kind of lost in its luster. Yeah, but who knows? There could be another other people's prints on it. Ooh, that's true. Hand it over there. Hold it over, buddy. Ah! The only prints I found were yours. Arg! It's all dusty now. Hey, check it out. It's my dad. You like to shove things in people's faces, don't you? What about you? You're always dusting around for prints. That's my job. Well, it's not like I'm presenting evidence for the fun of it either. Really? Because it sure seems like you enjoy it, Apollo. Right back at you, Emma. Alright, well. To the obvious, we'll look around after. The doctor's death. Did the doctor die in an accident? We received a call this morning saying Dr. Buff had been found dead under a pile of books. This morning? Talk about bad timing. You mentioned that he had fallen off a ladder. Right. We believe he fell from the top of that big ladder there. Yeah, looks about right. Apparently he triggered an avalanche of books while fumbling to reach one. And that sent him headlong on a fatal fall onto the hard floor. So, killed by his own books. At least he was doing something he loved. Yes. For Scholar, I suppose it's kind of like a soldier being killed in the line of duty. You'd say he died an honorable death. I don't think that's quite equivalent. Emma, who's the first one to discover the body? About that, whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. What? Happens now and then. Some people who would rather not get involved with the police. Can relate to that. Yeah, being a wanted man and all. What now, Dirk? A dead man can't exactly hand over the orb. We'll just have to find it. It must be around here somewhere. To fill you in, Emma, we're actually here to get something. Founder's orb. Pops here had an agreement with the doctor. The doctor was supposed to hand over a sacred relic known as the Founder's Orb. Pops. Oh, I see. That could be a problem, considering he's dead. You have a plan B? I was just gonna steal it. I have an agreement in writing. Oh, nice. My compatriot Dats should have it. Well, there shouldn't be any problems then. So who is this gentleman you're escorting? Dirk. Alright, I haven't introduced you yet. This is Dirk. He's from the Kingdom of Kurdan. All the way from Kurdan, huh? So what do you do there? I used to practice law, but I'm taking a break from all that. Focus now on making Kurdan a better place to through volunteer work. Volunteer work, huh? How interesting. Well, it's not technically a lie. But how do you two know each other? Oh, sort of my foster father. Again? Yeah, and he's Prosecutor Sadamati's real father too. What? You mean you and Prosecutor Sadamati? I'm so sorry. It seems you've had quite a life. If she puts a few things together. Actually, Dirk, you look kind of familiar. Have we met before? You better not be his or her father too. Not that I recall. Great. She must have seen that newspaper news report on TV. I mean, I figured that said, but just in case, will really complicate things if she figures out he's a wanted man. He doesn't have the authority. Like, it's from a different country. I don't know what the exact rules are. You know, obviously countries will help each other out with law enforcement to the extent, but they kind of have to have a reason to. I don't think big quotation marks around America it cares about Kurdan much at all, especially if the government's corrupt. Well, there's so many details we don't know. I don't think Emma really cares though. There are lots of guys who look like him. You're sure not mistaking him for someone else? Are there really? I mean, I'm a middle-aged man with long hair and an eye patch. You don't see that every day. Well, sure, you're just imagining things. So what does that sacred relic you're searching for look like? I mean, there's lots of stuff in here that's old and relic-y. I mean, it's an orb. Indeed, unfortunately, I have no idea what it actually looks like. And how are we supposed to find it? That I do not know either. We're probably gonna like trip over it. It's gonna be some piece of junk we don't recognize because it's not an orb. We'll just have to go through each candidate one by one. Great plan of attack there, Dirk. Wilma, do you mind if we give this room a once over? I guess not. In exchange, you're going to help me with my investigation. What the heck is going on? Oh my god. Hold on. How do I stop this yawning? It's not like I didn't get enough sleep or anything like that. I had a good night's rest. Woke up nice and early. I don't know what's going on. Sure, it can't hurt. Oh, I can't wait to get it started. It'll be like hunting for buried treasure. We've done this. What do you mean? Why are you comparing to that? You've been on crime scenes before. Well, I guess we're looking for a specific object, not just investigating a total crime scene. But sure, whatever. Right. That's all done. I present the orb for an idea what we're talking about. Scientifically speaking, ancient relics are highly fascinating. Why is that? Because of all the tests I can run, CT scans, electron microscope, chemical analysis, this goes on and on. If you ever do find one, you better bring it to me straight away. Can I count on getting it back intact? We'll see. Scientific advances don't come without sacrifices, you know. And there's someone who won't be seeing the orb anytime soon. Alright, well. Yeah, pyramid. That's the founder's orb. Take a look at the body first. So this is where Dr. Buff died. Uh-oh. Yeah, I noticed that book earlier, but now it's super clear. There's some shenanigans going on. Poor man, he fell right on his head and probably died almost instantly. Of course, we knew this was a murder. It's not an accident. What does it mean? Fresh blood and dried blood. See some blood on the book there, but what's that dark stain? Appears to be coffee. It's still damp. So must have gotten on there recently. Oh, okay. It's coffee. Well, all right. Never mind then. This has gotten there recently, perhaps even last night. That's a mighty big windows he's next to, big enough for someone to see inside. Exactly. That's how the local resident who reported his death found him to begin with. That what they said, or is that what you're implying? Oh boy. Doctor's body was visible from outside the window. I'm gonna take 1 second to like stand up and walk around here. I can just do that. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Stretch a little, maybe. Oh. All right. And passerby called earlier this morning to report what they found. Let's see if that helps at all. Oh, well, we stretch a little more in chair, I guess. Waiting for anything important. You just loaded this photo. Why did it take? You have to load it again. Like, why did it take so long? Even this case will still only is still only a few hours old. That explains why your investigation is just getting underway. Study photo added to the court record. Isn't like, I want to say it's like 2 or 4 hours or something to travel from wherever Phoenix lives to Crane Village. It's I remember like, well, maybe it was like 6 hours. It wasn't too bad. I remember Phoenix saying he wanted to visit Maya more if he knew how short it was. Still took a while. Study photo added to the court record. Study diagram after the court record. Take another look at that one. We saw this photo. Well, it's another case where nothing else is really distinct. The necklace. How about this one? Entrance. Second story entrance. Coffee bar. It looks like a laptop. Something about this tree is gonna make it impossible to describe what he says or something. All right. Oh, you can look around too. Got the robot. There's some sort of machinery inside this clay figure. Whoa, it's moving. Exterminate, exterminate, destroy all targets. Nice Doctor Who reference. Never watched that show. Probably never ever gonna get around with it. I'm like vaguely interested, but it's so much stuff on my back plate already. Like it's such low priority. I'm not even sure I'd really like it. It's the thing. I don't know. Again, I don't really know much about it. I know like the vaguely enough what the main things are from cultural osmosis. Three Darlaks, of course. How the Doctor works. Probably never. Scrape grind. Do I even want to know what this thing is for? Ooh, that's gonna be an important scroll. Look at that later. What a huge window. I bet you can see the entire study from the outside. Look at you concentrating here. I'd feel so exposed. Well, it does have a bookshelf in positioned for some privacy around his desk. Yeah, so if he's at the desk, you can't see him. Gotcha. Look at the books. The Doctor fell from top of that ladder. From that height, a fall onto a hard surface would probably kill anyone. I don't know why anyone would want to climb that high in the first place. To get books, Apollo. You try to say he climbed it all the way to heaven. Check out this coat. The two-tone raincoat. It's a little bit damp. I think someone might have worn it recently. Is it raining recently? Shoes. Like sandal things? I think they're just weird looking shoes. There are a few pairs of shoes here. I guess there must be an entrance on this floor too. Yeah, there's a back door over that way, but it's usually locked from what I can tell. The visitor entrance is up that spiral staircase. That's the way we came in. Alright, well. Oh, we got this before we check the desk. Is that a bird? Is this a bird? Looks like an airplane to me. Yeah, Apollo. I know we're getting the joke here, but how can you think that's a bird? Yeah, there couldn't have been any planes back when this was made. Yes, but it has wings and both horizontal and vertical stabilizers. It makes it an airplane. No, it's definitely a bird. Open your eyes, son. As a lawyer, your job is to see the true nature of things. We'll say it's a bird. I don't know how you could think that's a bird, Apollo. Like, I get the implications, like, he's looking, oh, it's an old relic. It must be modeled after a bird. It's clearly an airplane, though. Look at this computer. PSI. PC is password protected. RIP. Seriously, you think your magic can do something about this? I don't think it can override a password. Now, locked desks, that I could get into. Like yours back at the office, Polly. Yikes. I better watch what I put in there. What, do you put weird stuff in your desk? Stuff you don't want anyone to see? Jeez, are you a mind reader too? No, but unlocking your thoughts is a cinch. A pair of sunglasses on this little pyramid here. They belong to the Doctor. Scientifically speaking, they appear to be your ordinary run-of-the-mill glasses. These don't pique her interest, scientifically speaking. Yeah, what about the pyramid? Alright, I think that's it from this angle. I mean, we could maybe look at the poster, but I assume we're gonna get a better look here. Oh, hey, this thing! I guess we sent it back to Korean village at the exhibit. Oh, can I see the little... here. This is something I forget. The little floor drawings. There are animal drawings on the floor. They look like those famous geoglyph things. They remind me of chalk outline detectives draw around bodies. The doctors has just joined them now. That that's what I call dedication to one's field. Yeah, I kind of realized it looked a little similar when we came in. I don't think it's going to be an important clue or anything. I don't think it was on purpose. Oh, this is the poster too from. I thought this might be a current thing, but no, this is the poster from the last game in the first trilogy. There's a brown stain on the scroll. Why does it smell like gravy? Shouldn't still smell. That stain is like 10 years old now. It shouldn't smell like anything. Why would there be gravy stain on it? Who knows, but it looks like it's meant to be there. Maybe the artist was trying to inspire a gravy new trend, food splatter art. That pun would wound me gravely, Dirk. I can't even look at this, huh? You're not supposed to look at it from this angle, and I accidentally did this. This little Godzilla thing. Coffee maker and a bunch of coffee cups. This is taking his coffee breaks here. It's weird how many objects are connected like this. They're talking about this when I clicked on this thing, which is obviously a different thing. Oh, there's a filter with old coffee grounds in it here. So I guess I'd better clean this up. What are you doing there, son? What am I doing cleaning this office? Don't tell me they have put you on coffee duty back at your office. No. It's just if I don't keep the place clean, no one will. That's obviously a point. This bag thing too. Is this a reference to something? There was the little suitcase Edgeworth was dragging around in Investigations 1. But I don't think this is the one. I forget exactly what it looks like, but it was a different color than this, I think. Got this. What a huge wall relief. Also seems to depict a spirit channeling. Hey, this spirit medium looks like the Holy Mother of Kurin. Her face is left blank, but the rest of her is clearly detailed and well crafted. You know, some researchers claim that the Holy Mother had 3 eyes? That her third eye was able to divine the truth, just like the gods above. Said to be said to be on her forehead. Like you said, you shouldn't believe everything you hear. Interesting. We'll look at the statue. The golden statue looks pretty old too. I imagine it has a great archaeological value. Maybe too great for a private researcher of Dr. Buff's caliber. Wonder how he got his hands on something like this. Got an Olmec. Shrine of the Silver Monkey. Oh, we're looking at the staircase. Spiral staircase. It's connected to a hallway way up. Hallway up there. Why do they have to place the second floor so high up? Wait, you're not afraid of heights, are you? Oh, well. Well, Polly's hilarious around high places. Gets all wobbly like a baby deer taking its first steps. And its face turns green as has a watermelon. Not nice to make fun of people's phobias, you know. Come to think of it, the visitor's entrance is on the second floor. What an odd layout for a house. I mean, he has a entrance on the ground floor too. Maybe just prefers people use that one. Oh, and here's that jar I was talking about. I didn't even know. I somehow didn't notice it till right now. Ami. Why is someone's name written on here? Case of references. Maybe it's so if they ever got lost, someone could return it to its owner. You know, like how school kids put their names on things. Yeah, but this is just an urn, and the name is written so big. I wrote my name on my magic panties card. That's right, in super big letters. The less said about this, the better. Yeah, I agree with you, Paulo. Scrolls, no. Suitcase. That's one big suitcase. Locked. Is it the doctor's? No, someone left it here last night. The doctor might have had a visitor, but how can you tell? The Secretary, you only see those on airport luggage, which means owner is likely from overseas. Is there any way to figure out who it belongs to? Unless we can open it to see what's inside. Can't you look at the sticker? Like it has like a number on it. If it's for sorting logic, it should have a maybe not the individual person's number on it, but it should have a, you know, like a rough, I think like a date and, you know, where they're coming from or where they're going or where they're arriving at. Unless we can open it to see what's inside. Guess not. Oh, I thought that book on the floor was gonna be the last thing, but it looks like I get this early. That's because you're not me. Oh no. Emma Sky, forensic expert extraordinaire. Try as you might, you won't find the word possible in my forensics handbook. You okay, son? I thought I advanced to the next, you know, like event. No, we're good. Looks like she became an entirely different person. Oh, that's just what happens when her forensic switch gets flipped. This identifying the suitcase's owner will be as easy as pie. That fingerprint powder? I mean, it's gonna be someone we don't know, right? That's right, and here's the note, and there's no better time than the present to use it. Here we go. Remember how to do this? Right? Apply the powder to where I think someone prints might be, and we blow away any excess off. Exactly. Well, have at it. Where would I expect to find fingerprints on prints on a suitcase? It'll be around here, right? Boop, boop, blow, 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 blow. Man, technically they would be on the inside. Can't. I wish I could use proper mouse controls for this. Boom. Oh. Yeah, it should be on like on the inside of the handle is the place to look, but I can't get an angle for it. All these clasps. Just around here. Nope. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, just around here. Do 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 do. Get the roller thing at the top too. Ooh, just being thorough though. Could be anywhere. Nope. Top of this thing? I think it's like going through this bar actually. And like getting the thing, yeah, under it. Zoom out. Jesus. Well, it could be on the top of the case when you shut it. That. Around here. Nope. That's something. These stickers out a little more. Yeah, here we go. Going down here, did I miss it? Alright, well. Doesn't look like there are prints here. What do you mean? Anyway, I've got a pretty clear print here. Okay, let me know who you think it could belong to. Who could it be? Maybe someone who paid Dr. Buff a visit. Oh, maybe it's maybe Dats? Like, yeah, it has to be him. 46. He is old. How do we have his fingerprints? He's from out of the country. Phoenix Wright. What his fingerprints look like, huh? I don't know how often we've gotten to see. Like, it's nothing special, but I don't know how often he's been in the database like this. I don't know why. I don't think they put any thought to who his fingerprints are what. Alright, well, obviously this. Match found. Yeah, why is he in your database? We have a match. That's, come to think of it, he did stop by too to see the doctor, didn't he? Include the orb transfer agreement. So he's the one who forgot his suitcase here. Where do you suppose he is now? Haven't heard from him in a while, and he's not answering his phone. Uh-oh. Hopefully that's the doctor's the only, or archaeologist is the only body we have to deal with. But you don't think he's left his phone inside his suitcase, do you? I wouldn't put it past that knucklehead. Actually, I think we may have run into him earlier. Really? The suspicious man had been reported in the area. But when one of my officers approached to question him, he took off like a shot. What? Sorry about that. Kuranese people aren't all like him. I swear. He's probably still in the village somewhere. Maybe he knows something about the orb. Maybe he called in the body. Alright, well, that's still a distraction, but we're not done yet. This is the last thing right here. You know, just do one more once over. Yep. What's this book? Look! It's one of the doctor's notebooks. Maybe there's something about the orb in there. My motif could have from here. Let's go to the treasure box, the one from the temple's treasure room. These must be his research notes on the founder's orb. So yeah, it wasn't here. Dragon Tiger Battle, yeah. What's that on the right page? It looks like a poem or something. Let's see. Oh, it's the song that's performed during the Dance of Devotion. Been sung during Kearney's rites of offering since ancient times. Oh, I think I've heard of that. There's also a legend associated with the song. Some say the solution to the orb's riddle is contained therein. It's in a song everyone in Kuran knows. Not much of a way to keep it secret. It's called Hiding Secrets in Plain Sight, Polly. Us magicians know all about that. Huh, that's strange. What is? Your beloved notes contain the second half of the song. Only the first half is sung during the Dance of Devotion. Most people haven't heard the second half. Second half? As in the part that begins, offer thy prayers? I'm impressed. That's some thorough research he was conducting. That prayer is fervent fire. Only then shall the Holy Mother return. Ooh. I don't know. Holy Mother return, huh? Research notes. Work record. Yep, and that's it. Here's the orb isn't here. Nothing to suggest foul play either. It means Dats might be our only lead at this point. Like this guy, like Dats is obviously here, and he's probably gonna get suspected for the murder. If he's not dead himself. This guy said he might still be here in the village. We should try to find him. Yeah. Look at this again. Give motif in Korean founding period. Yeah, I guess mainly looking at the passage. Alright, well. Let's go back to where we were, I guess. Am I gonna meet anyone from actual Korean village? Or what? Korean village. They just Pearl stole it? Live good day to you, citizens of Korean village. My name is Paul. Attention. And I want your vote. What if it's supposed to be like pay attention? Well, it's really loud. Look, something's coming this way. All attention, Savior of Crane has come to... Ah, it's you people. Hello, what is that strange conveyance coming this way? Right, left, halt. One of those, what do you call them? Palanquins? Oh, the whole thing's a palanquin, but this is a... God, I knew what this is the second I saw it, but then when I tried to like say it, then I completely blank on what it is. Those calendar things. The Pokemon's based after it. Oh, it's gone now. You finally left Dr. Bluff's house. What were you doing there? What a bunch of shady looking characters. You aren't? I take it you knew the doctor? What a foolish question. I memorized the names and faces of the entire electorate here in Khura'in. Girl, I am the man who's destined to be king of this fine nation someday. Khura'in I thought it was just a village. I mean, it's not a nation. Who are you? What do you mean king? Ignorant fools, I am the politician. And soon to be eminent politician, a man whose name will go down in history. You should be ashamed that you never heard of me before. You really that famous of a politician, Apollo? Not that I know of. Running for a seat on the local council right now. You're not even... Dude, it's not even like becoming married. He's just getting a seat on a council. Very self-important. Apparently even Jerk Q Public has to start somewhere. My election is a sure thing, I'm told. After all, my grandfather was a famous politician with untold influence. In short, I'm the chosen one, the golden boy, the powerhouse of politics. Well, very likable person here. A writer of his grandfather's coattails. Loaded in his entire scene. Are you blinded by my majesty? Go ahead, bask in the resplendent glory that is me, the chosen one. Sure. Ah. A pleasant day to you, good people of Khura'in. I am Paul Attention. It's time to reclaim the glory of Khura'in. Oh my god, Khura'in together. A convenience store on every corner. A karaoke bar in every home. Where Paul Attention is a happier, hopier Khura'in village. You're not that infernal racking, you fool. You're a stain on your grandfather's good name. Guess they like his father. Thank you, good sir. Your support is appreciated as always. God, how's this all gonna tie together? I guess he's one of those people who only hears what they want to hear. In other words, he's a model politician. It's weird. You think we were going to resolve all the Khura'in stuff, but right now we're pretty disconnected. Like the Founder Orb is obviously an important connection, but we're setting up for a trial that's outside of Khura'in. So like, why though? Maybe this case has multiple trials within it. Might be interesting. Because, you know, I said earlier on, I expect like the final case to have, you know, kind of a classic, either the prosecutor's the defendant or the girl whose name Princess is the defendant. One of the two, but like it's not going to be either of those two at this point. And like the fact that they're introducing an antagonist over here implies we're gonna have a courtroom here in this country. Like the prosecutor is obviously still gonna be Sadamati if he's not involved in the case. But like, let's say it's kind of a weird resolution to everything then. If like the final court case is in here in America and it's not in Khura'in challenging the system or whatever. But I guess we'll see. And where was I? Oh right, you were in the doctor's house. Just what in the world were you doing in there? Just murdering him. Don't worry about it. Check this out. Boom. Actually, I'm a lawyer. You're so shallow. Relying on your badge to impress people. What would you be without it? I pity men like you who have no sense of self. Real men make their own mark in this world. The man who's riding on his grandfather's coattails. If it wasn't obvious enough, Paul, thank you for pointing it out. I'll attach attention. This is what you ride around in when you're campaigning? That's right. It's perfect for the narrow roads and steep hills here in this village. It has a top speed of 5 miles per hour, but it suffers from serious reliability issues. Mainly, these imbeciles tire out too quickly. Cough, puff. We'll try harder next time, sir. Poor guys, they're exhausted and covered in sweat. The Attention family has been in politics for generations, even back in the old country. Really? My grandfather, Abe Attention was a prominent member of Congress, and he was born right here in Khura'in. There isn't a person here who hasn't heard of him. All I asked about was his palanquin. Palanquin, I think it was ignoring the N. You must have heard of attentions. I'm even receiving our old country's campaigning style. Oh, politics aren't really my thing, Trucy. I don't recall ever reading about them at school. Young people today. You people really need to pay more attention to politics. Doctor's house. So what business do you people have at Dr. Buff's house? He's going to transfer ownership of the Founder's Orb to us. Don't tell him. The sacred relic from the kingdom of Kurdan. Like, he doesn't need to know. We're completely unrelated to this guy, as far as we know, for right now. Obviously, he's not going to be. He's in this case. The Founder's Orb? So you tried to get your hands on it, did you? Wait, what? Do you know about the orb? I know that it's mine. That's what. How do you figure that? Because I know it's not the Founder's Orb. Its real name is the Crystal of Ami Fey. Ooh, here we go. Crystal of Ami Fey? That's right, it's been passed down for generations in the Atushon family. It was stolen, that is, but just when I had zeroed in on the culprit, the doctor hid it away, and then kicked the bucket. You're saying Dr. Buff stole your family heirloom? Oh, Dirk said, strange. But I've been told the doctor himself said that. He said the Founder's Orb, he had the Founder's Orb. It's all about, oh my god. It's all that weird foreigner's doing. He filled the doctor's head with nonsense. Nonsense like the Crystal of Amifei being the Founder's Orb. Weird foreigner. What do you mean? The foreigner you're talking about? Yeah, that's. Boom. Yes, that's him. I thought so. Now we really have to find Dats. Hey, Dats. You know where this man is now? Imagine he's at the detention center by now. I called the authorities after I found him hiding in my dog's doghouse. What? That buffoon. Well, at least we know where he is now. Let's head over to the detention center and see what he knows about the Founder's Orb. They really are after my crystal. No, we're looking for the Founder's Orb, and we have an agreement to prove it. Well, just so you know, you're not going in to lay a finger on it. It's mine. I intend on giving it to my benefactor. Your benefactor? Okay. It's the Korean government, right? My benefactor is ready to support my rise to the pinnacle of political world. They have immense influence here. You see, and I intend to harness that influence. Just gonna give your family heirloom away to this person? That's right. It's purely a political decision. In exchange, your patron will get the people of Korea to vote for you. Eminent politicians are skilled at leveraging all of their connections. Is it illegal to buy votes? Well, good luck with that, I guess. Just you wait. Politician will reign supreme someday. Oh, well, I thought I was gonna get carried off, but guys must be on break. All right, to the detention center. I mean, right now he's in there for light crimes, you know, trespassing, I guess. They don't need like to defend him or anything, right? It's not gonna blow up into a murder case, is it? Of course it is. Of course it is. Oh boy. But is he actually gonna be the defendant? May 16th, detention center visitors room. Hey, yipes! What's he doing under the desk? Foul cogs of the corrupt regime. I have nothing to say to you. It's me, Dirk. Oh, Dirk, you're a sight for sore eyes. I need you to come save me. Well, this is another fine mess you've gotten yourself into. My bad, my bad. Is there anyone else in your rebellion, or is it just you two guys? At least the grubs here are pretty good compared to that prison back home. I mean, there's like implied other members, but I guess we're just never gonna see them. Get 3 squares plus this place to sleep. Why don't you join me, Dirk? No thanks. They just send me back to Kurdan where I face immediate execution. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be such a good idea. Lexi's still the same too. Long time no see, Dats. Huh? Hey, you look kind of familiar. Oh, Apollo, is it really you, my boy? My boy. A to the J, all grown up and whatnot. How you been? Fine, and you Dats? You look good besides the incarceration and all. Doesn't seem to mind it much. Ha ha ha! Those horns, AJ. Horns. They've grown up with you, just like a stag's antlers. I can't take it. You really haven't changed a bit. What if there's a GIF? This would probably be really good for Discord. GIF of this. I'll look it up later. Anyway, there's something we need to talk to you about. Sure, pull up a chair. I've got all the time in the world. The Slammer's like my second home. It's really not so bad once you get used to it. Sort of laid back for someone in police custody. It's like trespassing. It's fine. Although maybe they'll make good on that whole sending rebels back to the country. Check this out. Boom. Boy, AJ, you've become a fine lawyer in your own right. Nah, I still have a lot to learn. Oh, come on. Don't be so hard on yourself. If ever wants a trial, I definitely want you on my side. Knowing you, you'd probably skip town before the trial even started. Oh, that's my dad. Oh, is that for me? No, I was just showing it to you. Anything I can use here in the Slammer is more than welcome. Dats, the guard is giving you some serious side-eye. Watch, I think that's about it. We can ask him about the Founder's Orb, but we're probably gonna do that later. What is the guard up to? Completely uninterested in us. You should be interested in us. Kind of your job. That suits me fine. It will only complicate things if I'm recognized. Right, you're known as some sort of scary terrorist who fled from Kurin. Though in reality, no one will believe you're the real Dirk of Legend anyway. Hate the feeling of being constantly watched. Indeed, considering my current situation, the less I'm seeing, the better. Well, it's not like there's an international arrest warrant out for you. True, but I seem to have made quite an international splash with that hijacking stunt. I had to sign a ton of autographs and take a load of selfies before I got to your office. Wow. Wait, what? Maybe they thought hijacking was part of some movie's promotion. Let's be nice. I would never like that much attention. About the orb. That's was what the doctor had really the Founder's Orb. There you go. Absolutely positively, the doc was sure of it. Really, because someone from the village is calling it the Crystal of Omifane. Also claims you were filling the doctor's head with lies. That ain't true. The doc said he was sure it was the real deal. All his fancy research confirmed it was the Founder's Orb. So then that Paul Ashton character was lying? Imagine that, a politician who lies. But he wants the orb all to himself. I wonder who's telling the truth. They both are. A shocker. Well, take a look at this. Here's the doc believed he had the Founder's Orb. Let me see that. I'm gonna hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. That sounds like a threat. I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. Signed, Dr. Archie Buff. That means we can't get it though. Oh God, what a thing that happened. You got it all down in writing. Dats, why does it say if I will come to no harm at the end here? Sounds like he was scared of you. Dats, did you threaten the doctor in any way? No, you got it all wrong. It was the doc's friend. He told the old man that rebels were dangerous. It's his fault the doc thought I might hurt him. It's like the work of that politician. He's really made a mess of things. Alright. Alright, well. Yeah, the politician murdered him, probably. It's not surprising. Maybe there's more to the case still, but still very disconnected from the larger plot, even though, you know, the Founder Orb is important for that plot. Even if he gets it, it's not really going to change anything. Even if it gives Dirk tons of spiritual power, he's just not going to waltz into the country and get the country handed to him. Reason for the arrest. What have you done now, Dats? Nothing. I'm innocent, I tell ya. It all started when this dog-faced cop tried to question me. It looked so funny I started laughing at him. That's when they came after me. But it was hilarious, I tell you. I mean, human police dog, how funny is that? Right, so what happened after that? They caught me hiding in a doghouse. Dang, Pooch ratted me out. I guess that's what I get for laughing at that one of his doggy comrades. Sounds like the dog's got the last laugh. Dats, weren't you cleared of those jailbreak charges? And you're captured by Lady Kiro deemed unlawful? Yeah, but cops here don't seem to like me anyway. What are the charges this time? Unauthorized entry or something like that. They think I'm an illegal alien. I can't prove otherwise because I lost my passport. Oh, great. Is there any way they'd let you go? Not without my passport. If only I had it. Dirk, AJ, you gotta find my passport. All right, we'll find it. One more thing to add to our to-do list. Now, where might Dad's passport be? Gee, I wonder. Oh, about the or's whereabouts. Maybe the duck's kid knows something. Ooh, his kid. Doctor has a kid? Yeah, a bit of a shut-in, though. Poor thing's own bedroom has become like a self-imposed prison. A shut-in sounds like it'll be a challenge just to get a conversation going. After your questioning, follow me. Must be lunchtime. Today's a fried chicken, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, must be nice. You get your lunch if you behave yourself. Man, that reminds me. I went to California Adventure with my family over the weekend. It was enjoyable enough. But man, things are pricey. We sat down for dinner at a fancy, I think it was called the Cathay. And boy, oh boy, entrees were $50 pretty much across the board. Like as low as 56 up to 70. Kind of no getting around it. I mean, it's good. But I've had better. I've made better myself. Way cheaper ingredients. But, you know, you get a fancy atmosphere in a theme park. It's going to happen, I guess. But I was deciding between that and a fried chicken and a pork chop. Decided to play it safe with the pork chop. I was curious what $50 fried chicken tastes like, or looks like even. But I'll have to figure out next time, I guess. You get your lunch if you behave yourself. Dirk, AJ, I'll see you guys around. Only league now is Dr. Bo's kids. And I had, we got a full thing, because I met with the families the day before. We had Chinese food for 4 of us. We bought it for $45 and had so much food. We had leftovers, but still, I didn't even measure up to one meal. And they weren't big portions either. Like, my pork chop was a decent size, but I only had a pork chop. No sides come with anything. It was a 14-ounce one. Like, it was good. Honestly, the size worked against it. The outer edges had flavor, but when you got to the middle, it was a lot blander. So, dinner pork chops, please. Our only lead now is Dr. Bluff's kid. But luring a shut-in out is not going to be easy, I know. Alright, well. Back to Karain. We don't even know where she lives. I'm assuming, well, I said she. I don't know who it is. In my mind, I figured it was a girl, but it might not be. Okay, well. Oh, you're like my assistant, huh? Study. Grain Village. Doctor's study. Oh, it's you again. Hey, Emma. Looking for Mr. Wright? He was just here a second ago. He was? What was Daddy doing here? Good question. Said he was looking for something. Did he say anything else? Let me think. Something about how his ride never showed up at the airport. Oh, Crane. Yes, that was it. Miss Athena really did get lost. Lost or arrested? What's Daddy doing all the way out here in the first place? He can't be looking for us since no one told him we'd be here. Yeah, it's feeling more and more like... Now it feels really much like they're setting up a second case. We play as Apollo first, then Phoenix for the second part. In Kuritain. Can't be looking for us since no one told him we'd be here. Well, if you're here to take another look around, be my guest. I have other work to do, so if you'll excuse me... Of course, thanks, Emma. Everything's a little different, though. First and foremost, we better find Dad's passport. Let's have a word with Dr. Buff's child. Is she around here? I keep saying she. Are they around here? Hey, is it just me or something new in here? Yeah, it's a little plane, or a helicopter. Oh, you mean that thing? Yeah, we should take a closer look at that too. Let's not forget about that's his passport. Should be around here somewhere. A little helicopter. What's this? A model helicopter? It's a Hindy. Don't you know anything, Apollo? It's a drone. They're all the rage right now. It doesn't look like a drone. A cockpit. Cockpit. I bet it belongs to the doctor's kid. We need to ask them about the orb's whereabouts. Yeah, but luring out a shut-in isn't going to be easy. I guess we're just assuming they live here. I didn't see any other doors or anything, though. Did I miss... No, this is it. Oh, but I guess that explains the shoes. Like, I noticed those shoes were different than the other ones, but I didn't realize... I thought they might be... Oh, they might be the doctors. No, they're probably the kids. That's suitcase. Maybe his passport's in there. Makes sense. Ah, it's no good. Locked tight. Should have asked him for the key. Surprised you didn't. What are we going to do about that's passport? Probably right there, there inside his suitcase, but we can't get it open. Why don't I take it over to Dat so we can unlock it? That way you guys can continue looking for the orb. Good thinking, Trucy. Hey, here I go. Huh? What the? This thing weighs a ton. Let me try. Geez, how can a suitcase be so heavy? Finding either a murder weapon or a body in there. Is it filled with bricks or something? Knowing Dats, he probably packs his dumbbells in there. Certainly much too heavy to lug all the way to the detention center. Here, let me take a crack at that lock. What are you going to pick at it? Or pick it? Nice. There you go. That was fast. Ha 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 ha. A lock like that is child's play to me, especially after all the wrongly imprisoned compatriots I've busted out over the years. You are sure seeing a lot of action for an ex-lawyer. And here we go, Dat's passport. Nice. I'll take it over to him. Thanks, Trucy. No problem. Now you guys go enjoy some quality father-son treasure hunting time, okay? See you later. He goes. She wouldn't make such a big deal out of our little family situation. Father-son time, eh? Been ages since we've had a father-son talks, huh, son? Yeah, well, over a decade. So, Paulo, how you been? Oh, fine. I'm fine, I guess. That's so. Fine, you say. Well, fine is fine by me. Good to hear. Okay. So what do we talk about now? Get down! Hit the dirt, son! Huh? What the? Holy balls! Oh, get shot, Apollo? Oof. What happened? Speak to me, son. Say something. Oh, that's smart. You maggots, what do you think you're doing invading buff airspace? Man, it's a little face. It'll be a scorching day in Siberia before you get past me, you yellow belly yahoos. Yeah, we got past you the first time, actually. I like a little mustache. So we're hiding the identity, I guess. Whoa, it can talk? What kind of drone is this anyway? Ah, God, so it's probably shooting like little rubber pellets or something. Drone nothing. That's Sergeant Buff to you, soldier. You got that, you lowly grunts? Ow. What the, who now? Buff, sounds like the doctor's son is behind the controls. Controlling this thing? Apollo, let's play along for now. At least until we can get the information we need out of him. At least this is the son's doing too on the statue. Got it. Sergeant Buff? Sergeant Buff, sir, you forgot to say sir. Ain't you ever never seen a war movie before? Like, does this guy have a chuny thing? Except he's, instead of being like, it's like a like a military obsessed, I guess. All right, let me try that again. Sergeant Buff, sir. Better, much better. Now state your name, unit, and rank, soldier. Oh, I'm Apollo Justice. Serve at the Right Anything Agency. My rank is fledgling lower, sir. You don't have to add the fledgling Apollo. You're doing that to yourself. He's gonna disrespect you now. Affirmative. Private Justice. Private. You said fledgling, Apollo. What did you expect? Listen up, diaper baby. Your commanding officer's orders are absolute. Disobedience means a one-way trip to the firing squad. Do I make myself clear? Oh, sir. Yes, sir. Good, good. You might make a man out of you yet, Private. Now for you, Cyclops. Huh? Oh, you want my name, unit, and rank 2? I'm Dirk Satamati. I command the rebel group, the Defiant Dragons, and my rank is leader, sir. Excellent. Welcome aboard, Commander Dirk. You say it like that. Wait a second. What's with that ridiculous mop you call a head? Soldiers should be clean cut. Should be clean cut. Sorry, but this is my signature look. I'm not gonna. Whoa, God. Whoa. Fine, fine. I'll get a haircut before we ship out. Listen up, you. It's kill or be killed on that battlefield. No place for leave-in conditions. Leave-in conditions. I've never heard that. All you've got is your life, and you're lucky to have that. Oddly obsessed with field survival for someone who never goes outdoors. In Chuni. This is going to be harder than I thought, son. Check out my badge. I'm gonna present this a ton today. What insubordination? Oh boy. Doesn't even want to look at that. Darn! Petty trinkets have no place in Buff's army, soldier. Now drop and give me 20. Jeez. He's gonna show the evidence before you shoot it down. Oh well. What's up, Sergeant Buff? Are you controlling that drone from your room, sir? Affirmative. But I can see everything you do from here, so... Hand hot, soldier, wipe that stupid look off your face. Gonna whip you shelter... Peaceniks into shape. Tripped up by that second. What, your charming personality? Wait, what, your charming personality? Look, it's got a camera and speakers, too. And that's not all, Commander. Oh, wow. With these arms, I can cook and clean, too. Speaking of which, Private Justice, you're on latrine duty. Snap to it on the double. How do I get a broom for latrines? Sigh, as if I don't see enough of the toilet back at the office. Go. That thing's pretty handy. Us Defiant Dragons could use one of those. You and every other military in the world. Yeah, it's a fine piece of hardware, isn't it? I modified it especially for siege defense. Siege defense? You mean you won't leave your room? Holding up in stronghold to defend against an enemy is an age-old military tactic. Timeless strategy still applicable in modern warfare. Hope you're not trying to mock me with the wisdom of my forefathers. I meant no offense, it was just an observation. The Greenhorn ain't discharged of firearms got something to say, does he? Sorry, it won't happen again, sir. Darn tootin'. Now state your name, your intentions, soldier. I thought there was differently than there. Location of the orb. We had an agreement with your father. He had promised to hand over the Founder's Orb to us. What? Papa promised you that? We're gonna admit the if no harm came to him part. He did, but he died before he could tell us where it's hidden. I have no idea where it is. Did you not know your father was dead? Oh. Sniffle. Papa, why? Why did you have to die? You know, dealing with it in his own way. They said it was a male. I'm still not convinced. Be a girl when we see him. And be like, oh, it's ironic. He's military, mustache, things, whatever. It was an unfortunate accident. I'm sorry for your loss. Although these shoes kind of imply a boy, too. It helps at all. I know how you feel, Sergeant. Ah! Wow. What do I do now? What did I do now? You insignificant maggot. What would an unseasoned rookie like you know about how I feel? First I lost Mama. Now I've lost Papa. Lost your mother too? No. He's been gone for some time now. I'm all alone now. All alone. Sniffle. Sergeant Buff, would you tell us a little more about what happened to your mother? Important, but I don't know how, but we are. It's gonna be. Mom passed away about, oh my god, not even that long ago. 6 months ago. We were still living in our apartment in the city. Back then, I had yet to engage my siege defense strategy. In other words, something caused him to withdraw from the world. It was arson. Ooh. It happened so suddenly. Before we knew it, our apartment was a sea of flames. Mama and I were trapped inside. But help never came. So Mama cradled me in her arms. Kicked out a window. Jumped. She did what? She was like a walking, talking medal of valor. My mama was. She delivered me to safely to terra firma with a perfectly executed PLF. The 5-point landing technique used by paratroopers to land safely on the ground. Sounds like a superhero or something. But from that height, she suffered massive injuries in order to protect me. She died so that I could live. Ah, Mama! I don't know what to say. The person who started the fire? He was immediately apprehended. They say he was standing outside laughing while the building burned. At least justice was served. I hope that brought you some solace. I lost both my parents now. You can't possibly know how I feel. Sniffle. Papa. Poor kid, it's hard losing both your parents at such a young age. How do you know they were young? We don't know anything about this person. You guys are making a lot of assumptions. I just really feel alone now. Apollo. Imagine you know what he's going through. I do? The road to recovery begins by talking to someone who suffered the same hardship. I know you have something that shows you understand. Guess this. Sergeant, sir, could you please take a look at this? What do we have here? It's a photo of my father. I wasn't even a year old when he died in a fire. What? Did I say I died? When he died in a fire. And like your mother, he died in an arsonist blaze. But in his final moments, he managed to save his infant son. Private Justice, you've suffered a loss just like mine. I have, and that's why I know how you feel. But you still have your mother, don't you? No, I lost her too. What? She disappeared after the fire. I don't know if she's still alive or dead. Like, I don't even know what she looks like. Wow. Sergeant Buff, his experience is very much like your own. If anyone can understand the sadness in your heart, it's him. Attention! Please do. I salute you, Comrade Justice. You are no longer a private in the Buff Army, and henceforth, you will be a corporal. Corporal? Congratulations on your promotion, Corporal Justice. Glad that it seemed to cheer him up a bit. Ooh, drinks and burgers. Man, probably not burgers. Now, comrade, let's toast to your new stripes. And call me Sarge. Don't be shy. We're a band of brothers now. Okay, it's got beans in it. Now's our chance, Corporal. Ask him about the Founder's Orb. Dirk's getting way too much of a kick out of this. Location of the orb. Sarge, sir, do you have any idea where the... Oh my god, there's another one coming. Ah, I'm done with this. Yawns. It's coming out of nowhere. Sarge, sir, do you have any idea where the orb might be? It was here in Papa's study until last night. He said he was going to hide it somewhere. He mentioned something about a shady character being after it. Where do you think he could have hidden it? Somewhere in the village, I'd guess. Then he found a suitable hiding place for it. So it was here last night. It is until he went out to hide it somewhere in the village. The only question is where? Maybe left him some clue here in the study. Let's search the place again. Should also find out more about Dr. Buff. Light steers towards the hiding place. Yeah, let's chat. So Sarge, how was your what was your father like? Papa was kind as mom. Mama was courageous. His whole reason for moving to the countryside was for me. What do you mean? I initiated my siege defense strategy after Mama died. Papa was so worried about me, he moved us here to the countryside. He thought the fresh air, blue skies, and natural surroundings might alter my tactics. What a fine father. He even quit his position at the university to move here. I don't know what's going on. It's a tea doing something. I don't know why I've been drinking this. I make a giant thing of tea, and it takes me like a week to go through it. Even though I drink tea like at least like 4 or 5 cups a day. So no, I hadn't had this effect till now. So this could be something else. He did? He did. He gave up his beloved research position just for me. A parent must be prepared to sacrifice everything for his child. That's what Papa said. Well, being about 2 inches tall right about now. There's no one in the world I respected more than him. That just makes his passing all the more devastating. How about me? You continue your beloved research up there with the angels. Alright, well. What about this? Oh, and this coat too. Are these the doctors? Yes, those are Papa's reading glasses. He said he'd been having trouble reading lately. Those glasses seem to help. Reading glasses, huh? I'll just hold on to these. Hold on to those. Dirk, don't tell me you're having trouble reading too. Perish the thought. I just don't want to leave any stone unturned. Could read without them. Alright, it's gonna be important for something. Those shoes were weird. I bet they're covered in mud. The shoe cubby. These shoes look like they belong to Sarge and his dad. These boots here are a little damp. Looks like there's something inside this one. Maybe Dr. Buff wore them last night? Might lead us to where he hid the orb. Take a closer look. Oh no, they're just weirdly colored. I thought it was like mud around the... Oh, there's dirt. There's a question mark on the bottom of this boot. There's a question mark on the bottom of his boot. There, oh yeah. Like, bloop, bloop, bloop. How about this custom made for his archaeological field work? He had the soul of a man, a soul of an adventurer. This boot has the soul of an adventurer too. Oh, look at that. I get a better look inside if we undid the straps. Laces and pull-offs? Yeah, that thing. Like some kind of glowing moss. It could come from wherever the doctor went last night. It's got in with some of that mud. Might be worth looking into. It'll help us pinpoint exactly pinpoint where the doctor hid the orb. These places have glowing moss. Right in his jacket, little damp. It's like near a waterfall or something, or did it rain last night? Rinse raincoat, A bit wet and there's fresh mud on it. That must mean someone wore it recently. Indeed, maybe even as recent as last night. Sarge, did it rain here last night? Negative. Okay, so there wasn't a cloud in the sky, so somewhere near water. Like, well, a lot of water. That points to a waterfall to me. Then how did this raincoat get all muddy and wet? When I saw it last evening, it looked pretty clean and dry to me. That means it got like this later at night. Good eye, son. This may very well turn out to be a vital clue. More to look at, huh? I don't want the body. Sarge, sir, do you ever read these books? Why, of course. Soldiers must have extensive knowledge as well as fighting prowess. I'm learning all I can each and every day in preparation for the big battle. Big battle. You know, for when I go back to school, I'll need to be up to date on every subject. Stuff like, you know, latest comics and Hollywood gossip. Oh, I see. What about reading, writing, and arithmetic? Well, I'm rooting for you, Sarge. Thanks, I'll try my best. Ooh, we're gonna get his password. Peter could provide some useful information. Rat, it's password protected. Dirk, you're good at getting into places you're not supposed to. Don't look at me, I don't know the first thing about computers. Haha, leave it to me. Modern day warrior must be well versed in technology and have mean pride. After all, he who controls information controls the battlefield. Ooh, let's see the mother. And I'm in. Looks like the modern day warriors have mean keyboard skills too. Okay, let's see what we can find. Oh, what's this? An email message. I decipher the patterns, but I have yet to crack the riddle. The opaque crystal orb is the key. Dr. Buff, how's your research coming along? Now, this is interesting. A research report to whoever asked the doctor to study the orb. Here, I put the data on this. Take it and use it well, soldier. Okay, let's go over what we learned so far. Oh, let's take a look at that. Doctor to paw 7-1 and one animal. Looks like it's to a furry. Here's our supposed orb. Crystal orb is the key. Patterns. He talked about the patterns too in this motif. Oh, let's go over what we learned so far. Wherever it was that Dr. Buff went, he needed a raincoat. And it was somewhere where this glowing moss grows. Any ideas where that might be, Sarge? Negative, comrade. Hate to say my intel's a little thin on this one. I've been occupied with my siege defense strategy ever since we moved to the village. Well, sons, it seems like we have no other choice. We'll have to ask the locals if they know of a place like that. Don't ask the president guy. Please don't. Let's find someone. Oh my god. Attention. A16 Korean village. Ugh. Feels like somebody's watching me. It's really creeping me out. Feel like someone. It feels like watching me. Oh, it's just Paul Asherton's campaign posters. Oh, whoa. When did he put these up? Whatever. I've got more important things to be paying attention to. What great weather. It really fits. It really lifts the spirits. I know. After our little treasure hunt, what do you say we go hunting, son? Hunting? We used to do that a lot, didn't we? You know how to use a gun, Apollo? Just look at that mountain. I bet there are some feisty wild boars up there. Maybe they use spears. I think I'll pass, but thanks. These things are dangerous, though. So hunting's a no-go. Well, I guess that wild boar stew will have to wait then. Hmm? Apollo, something seems different from the last time we were here. You mean the posters? No, not those. What are you talking about? I guess I should take a look around myself. I mean, yeah, the poster's the obvious thing. I mean, this too, but I'm assuming that's part of the posters, but some things are dangerous. Oh, we missed the other poster. When did Paul Ashton have a chance to put up all these election posters? That fool keeps sticking them up on our homes. He's a disgrace to his distinguished heritage. He's doing this without permission? Sucks. Yeah, it looks like it's this thing. Looks like a painting. What do we have here? Looks like an unfinished picture, like something a little kid might plant or paint. You're right, but I can't quite tell what it is, what it's of. I think it's supposed to be nighttime, but what's that thing on the left? A monster or some kind of alien, perhaps? It's obviously our guy. In any case, it's a pretty poor excuse for a drawing. Well, what did you expect from a little kid? A little kid? Aw, hey, Pearls. Huh? Oh, it's you, Pearl. They met? Phoenix was the attorney in the DLC case from the first game, or, well, Dual Destinies that she appeared in. I forget if she came to the office to meet Phoenix or everyone else, too. Oh, it's you, Pearl. Or if Apollo was in that case. No, he was in that case somewhat. Well, he was watching the program when they started out. I don't remember. Foggy on some of the details. Oh, it's you, Pearl. Why, Mr. Apollo, is that you? What a pleasant surprise, but obviously they know each other now. It's been quite some time. How have you been? Fine, thanks. You're looking good too, Pearl. Aren't you going to introduce me, son? Of course, this is Pearl Fay. She's a spirit medium here in Kurain Village. Pearl, this is Dirk, my, client. Hello, sir. Pleased to meet you. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Nice to meet you too, and what a polite little girl you are. Actually, I'm a high schooler. Whoops, sorry about that. You're a spirit medium. Does that mean you can channel spirits then? Yes, I'm still in training though. Oh, she's done it since she was younger than Maya. But I'm well versed in the art of spirit channeling. Well, now, isn't that something? I mean, back in my country, our little princess hasn't channeled a single spirit yet. Pretty impressive, young lady. Oh, but compared to Mystic Maya, there is so much more I must learn. Mystic Maya, oh right, Maya Fey, Mr. Wright's former courtroom assistant. Yeah, I don't know if these two have ever met, Apollo and Maya, because Ace Phoenix didn't see her, so there's no chance Apollo did. Man, that'd be weird if those two met and worked together. I'm really curious. I kind of want to see that, just to see what their dynamics like. Apollo is pretty similar-ish to Phoenix. They're definitely different in some ways, but you know, kind of very cynical. Oh, we'll see. Mr. Maya, oh right, Maya Fey, Mr. Wright's former courtroom assistant. Tell me all about her. She's a spirit medium too, if memory serves. Yeah, she's amazing. She's an amazing medium, and soon she'll be the next head of the Fey clan too. Mediums and spirit channeling. Heard all about it from Mr. Wright. Said that mediums will even physically become the person they're channeling. Wonder if even little Pearl would turn into a hulking giant if she had to channel one. I guess so. Hope you don't mind me asking, but what brings you all the way out here, Mr. Apollo? Come on. Gotta blow my nose one a little bit. Oh, just a small matter to take care of. You know, the fate of Kurin kind of rests in our hands, but it's not a big deal. Wait, would it happen to be the matter Mr. Edgeworth is looking into? Ooh, he's here! Prosecutor Edgeworth, what's he doing here? Oh, so it's a different matter then. Because I just saw him a moment ago. He appeared to be searching for something. Oh, is he going to be a prosecutor again? I'd love to have him in the case. Sedgwick is a friend of Mr. Wright's and the district's chief prosecutor. Why would he be here in Karain? Well, no point in obsessing over it. Come to think of it, you live here in Karain Village, don't you, Pearl? Yes, I was born and raised here. This is perfect, Apollo. Let's ask the young lady if she knows where the doctor might have gone last night. I'm thinking the exact same thing. Maybe we should show her what we found in the doctor's study. So clearly, because of her picture, we know it's the raincoat, but let's look at the other things first. Well, first, actually. Then, seeing you present your badge just like that reminds me of when I used to investigate cases alongside Mr. Nick. He's dealt with Mr. Wright with all the time, I hear. That I did. I was 8 years old, seeing dead bodies all the time. Doing so helped me expand my horizons beyond this tiny little village. So please, Mr. Apollo, if there's anything I can help you with, you just let me know. I will. But I really like your help with cleaning the office again. Apollo, bigger things are happening. I feel like she's not gonna notice this. Oh, sorry. I wish I could help, but no, don't worry about it. I'm sorry I wasted your time like that. At least let me offer you some tea. And you must be tired from all your investigating. Oh no, you don't have to do that. We'll be just fine, thank you. Don't play. It's hard not to feel rude around here. Guess we can show her maybe the picture of the orb on here. Yeah, nope. Skip. Alright, she'll recognize these two things, I think. Let's start with the moss. Pearl, do you have any idea where this moss might grow? It looks like Mitama moss. Grows on Mount Mitama and gives off a soft glow in the dark. Mount Mitama? See that mountain over there? That's Mount Mitama. And how would one get there? You just go there. It's right there in the background. You can take a bus from that bus stop over there. Oh, I guess that works too. May I ask why you are here? Why are you so interested in that moss? Well, Dr. Buff was supposed to give us something. It seems he hid somewhere last night. Somewhere last night. He did. Maybe that's why he, Pearl? You know something that might help us? Well, sounds like I better find out what she knows. Oh, here, court record. I'll present present this too. Surprised it skipped ahead. Oh, wow, she doesn't recognize it? Really? Even though it's in her picture, she doesn't, like, oh, that looks familiar. Nope, nothing like that. Green Village. What a peaceful place. Ah, nothing beats mountain air. Many of the villagers have left for the city, but I just love it here. Blue skies, lush forests, star-filled skies at night, and fireflies in the summer. Plus, the big, beautiful blue ocean is just beyond that mountain. The ocean? What do you say we go for a swim, son? Oh, I think I'll pass. Besides, I can't swim. Me and Paul share that in common. Pearl, Karain Village is like the home of spirit mediums, right? Yes, and I'm part of that long line of mediums. Never seen a channeling before, but impossible to channel the spirit of anyone who's passed away? No, not just anyone. You must know their face and true name. Gotta drive that home. Really, you can channel spirit just by knowing their face and name? That's an amazing ability. It is, but it can only be learned by those with a gift occurring in certain bloodlines. And years of intense training. The present Mystic Maya and I are the only ones in our village who can channel spirits. So spirit mediums are highly valued here, much like they are back in Kurdaen. Yeah, because they're royalty back there. Heard there used to be many more of us a long time ago. Now we are in very short supply. Most of the women nowadays don't want to stay. They want the thrill of the big city. Yeah, well, you guys aren't exactly close to any shopping malls or nightclubs out here. But what about you? Are you not interested in things like that? Who, me? Well, I wouldn't mind a new outfit or two, and well, oh, never mind. Okay, Pearl, you are at that age after all. The doctor went. Pearl, do you have any idea where Dr. Buff might have gone last night? Well... About that. All I know is Dr. Buff was somewhere on Mount Mitama. Hiding herself very well. I mean, like, we don't need this. I can see her sweat dropping. Like, she's obviously hiding something. Bracelet, it's reacting. These pearls hiding something from me. I don't know how I would have spotted that without this magical item. Let's think about this first. I was thinking about doing this first. Oh, we met this weirdo earlier named Paul Attention. Do you know anything about him? Yes, he's been campaigning a lot around here lately. The noise he's been making has become quite a problem. People are especially upset that he's campaigning at all hours of the night, all day. What is he doing? Like he knows these people are going to be forced to vote for him anyway, or something along those lines. So why is he doing it? Well, the local police should arrest him for disturbing the peace. Fortunately, there's a little they can do about the Attention families. Little they can do because the Attention family is so powerful, of course. Wasn't he the proverbial provincial prince? He's pretty intent on winning here in Karain. There's some other special reason why? There's some special reason why? I'm not sure, but I have an idea. Spirit meetings of Karain once held considerable sway in the political world. Judging by his slogan, maybe that's what he's after. Great, so he's just another politician seeking powerful connections. The ability to commune with the dead gives comfort to those anxious about the future. Karain has preserved its independence by the Queen's power of spirit channeling. Let's play a similar role in this village. Yes, even today there are many here who revere those with spirit medium blood flowing in their veins. Basically, as Paul Attention, the benefactor, goes, so goes the whole village. Who's this benefactor? Who could hold this much sway in Karain village? Guess technically it'd be Maya. Then we'll see. It's the aunt. I think we're gonna see her again. Blinked. What's she lying about? It's either, all I know is, well, it's not that. Dr. Buff was somewhere. That's too vague to not be anything. Ah. Oops. A little late, but we saw it there. Shifting her fingers. Not Mount Mitama. Mitama. She was there too. There we go.
Gotcha.
Bro, you seem anxious around the topic of Mount Mitama. I can tell because you rub your thumb over a splotch on dried paint as you said it. Oh, well, that nighttime painting is yours, isn't it? This is so embarrassing. As you saw, I'm not a very good artist. That picture has nothing to do with Dr. Buff. I'm not so sure about that. In fact, I'm going to guess that while you were out here painting last night, you actually saw the good doctor heading out to Mount Mitama from the bus stop. No, I didn't see anything like that, I swear. No, I'm positive you saw the doctor. After all, he's right here in your picture. Boom. This thing we figured out already. Think that's the doctor? I may not be a very good artist. At least I know how to draw a person. Okay, if this isn't a person, then what is it? That's a rain spirit. And what's a rain spirit doing at a bus stop? Oh, rain spirits have places to go too. This is getting ridiculous. Sorry, Pearl. Like, why led to this degree? We're kind of doing something important, Pearls. Right, but you're not a very good liar. Sorry, that is Dr. Buff, and this piece of evidence proves it. All right. Here we go.
Take that.
This is the raincoat we found in the doctor's study. It's still wet and muddy, so we know that someone wore it last night. Now, see how this pattern is the same as the rain spirit in your picture? Ah, you didn't see a rain spirit last night. You saw Dr. Buff wearing this trench coat. Ah, I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to lie, but where the doctor went. Sorry I didn't tell you before, Mr. Apollo, but I did see the doctor last night. Alright, just please tell me everything you know. Of course. I was painting out here last night when the doctor came up to the bus stop. He was wearing a raincoat even though it wasn't raining. It had a helmet with a light on it. It was like he was well prepared for something. I know, that's why I asked him if he was going off to exploring again. He looked startled like he hadn't noticed me there. And then he suddenly said, "Please don't tell anyone you saw me here." Why would he want to silence you like that? Something must have happened to spook him. He didn't want anyone to know where he was going to hide the orb. Where could he have been going dressed like that? Best guess is a cave somewhere on Mount Mitama. But there's a cave there where mediums in the Korean tradition went to train long ago. Legend has it there are some sort of mystical ruins in there. Mystical ruins? Sounds like the exact sort of place that archaeologists might go. Well, we should get going now. But thanks for all the help. Thanks for all your help, Pearl. You're welcome, Mr. Apollo. Please take care. What do you say we go find that cave, son? I sense the orb might finally be within our grasp. Treasure hunt is shaping up to be the real deal. Really gets the blood pumping, doesn't it? But what are we waiting for? Let's go. There's also a chance that person in the raincoat's someone else. The only identifier Pearls has for him is the raincoat itself, which anyone can wear. Mount Mitama cave entrance. Whew! I'm all out of breath. Oh, come on, come on, that was nothing. You're so much younger than me. I, huff. Don't normally get this much exercise. Butter. Need a break? No, I'm fine. Huff. Dirk, look! There's Mitamas growing around that cave over there. Must be where the doctor was last night. Let's take a look inside. May 16th, Mount Mitama Cave. Can't see a thing. Why are you showing me Paul's picture? We know it's him. Relax, your eyes will adjust eventually. Now follow me. I really think we need a flashlight, Dirk. Should have brought one along then, son. Here, use mine. Thanks. Wait, were you holding out on me? Who are you talking about? Or talking to, Apollo? You? Whoa! Someone just pushed me. Apollo? What the? Apollo! My God, Patches is hiding in his cave. Ah! Oh my God. Ooh, it's a hard landing. Ow! Are you all right, son? Yeah. Looks like someone got the drop on us. Quite literally. But who? I mean, who could have died? I mean, we could have died from that fall. Don't know. I don't know. But I don't think we'll be getting out the way we came in. We're in a pretty deep cave. Nothing to do but press on, son. I didn't even see in here. Come on, let's go. Hey, wait! I'm full slap and we're dead. What in the world should we do? Huh. Text adventure all of a sudden. I mean, this is... climbing in the dark is a bad idea. Let's just try it. Let's start climbing back up. Can you even see the wall in front of us? In front of you? No. I can't tell. I can tell you, it's far too steep. You never know until you try. It goes nothing. Your loud voice may move mountains, but you're barely moved an inch, son. Arg! What in the world should we do? Let's just wait. How about we wait for help to come? And how are we gonna call for said help? My phone, obviously. I'll just... Oh no, of course, we're in a dead zone. I guess that's that. It's just great. What in the world should we do now? Well, go forward. Turn on that light. I guess he didn't actually get one. As we keep going, there must be some path for Dr. Buff to follow when he came in to hide the orb. Right, by the way, it looks like our attacker left us with this useful parting gift. So he actually did leave us a flashlight. From lawyer to spelunker, how do I always get myself into these situations? We're never going to make it out alive, I hope you know. Don't tell me you're scared, son. We're just getting started. The greatest treasures are only ever found at the point of a blade or edge of a cliff. Yeah, sure. If I'd known I'd wind up at the bottom of some dark, damp cave, I would have never taken your request, Dirk. Save your breath, Apollo. Just keep putting one foot ahead of the other. There really better be a way out of here. Find one before you know it. You'll see. Oh my God, Extinct. Mount Mitama. Cave. Puff. We've been walking for over an hour. It's like a maze in here. I can get back to where we started if I wanted to. Yeah, this cave goes deeper than I thought. Wait, don't tell me there really is no way out. Where there's a will, there's a way. Ever the optimist, aren't you? We should cut our losses while we still can. I mean, these weren't too interesting last time. Reminds me of that time in Snatcher. When I think you get like a building collapses behind you. You're stuck in some tunnels. You have a bunch of options, but like none of them matter. Put my foot down. Let's take another step, Dirk. Come on now, be reasonable. No, I'm done, and that's final. I remember when you used to throw tantrums like this. Well, I'm not a child anymore. There, it's okay. Dad'll buy you anything you want once we get home, son. I better quit while I still have some mana left to salvage. Doesn't seem like Dirk's about to quit anytime soon. Even still, we should cut our losses while we can. Turn back! I seriously think we're going to get completely turned around if we go any further, Dirk. I mean, we don't even know if there's a way out up ahead. Should have looked at the wall with our flashlight, but... Well, but we do know we can't climb up that wall. We don't know. We didn't look at it. Now that we have a flashlight, we can check it. Yeah, but it can't be that sheer. We rolled down it. I still know the way back from here. Don't worry, son. We can always go back if they're there anytime we want. You say so. Famous last words if I've ever heard some. Maybe we should cut our losses down. I don't know. Forge ahead. Even if we were to turn back, we wouldn't make it up that wall of solid rock. Guess we keep going. Sigh. How did I get stuck wandering around in the dark cave again? Definitely not my job in my job description. Listen, son. Only the truly accomplished have the luxury of being so choosy. When I was just starting out, I did everything from the street performing to yak milking. That helped you become an accomplished attorney. How? It didn't, but when you need to earn a living, you'll take on any job just to survive. Say, how is your career going, by the way? Well, it's been a harrowing adventure so far, to say the least. My first trial really put me through the ringer. You see him? My next case had me investigating a pair of stolen panties. Oh, we're talking about him. Yeah, I'm getting all the memories. Just when I was hitting my stride, this one prosecutor branded me as her forehead. Oh, and there's this other ridiculous prosecutor who wields a samurai sword. Sounds like you've seen quite a bit. You're telling me. Listen, Apollo. How about sorry I did. Oh God, stop yawning! Jeez. Look, I'm sorry I didn't contact you for so long. I've never yawned this much ever in my entire life. I don't know what's happening. I didn't contact you for so long. It's fine, Dirk. What happened happened. Careful, the ground doesn't feel as solid here. What? Oh, great, we're going further down. Yikes, the cave is clay floor is collapsing. Ah, not again. Oh, can't swim. He's in trouble. Mystery. Hey, Apollo, can you hear me? Ugh. Kirk? Huh? Where are we? Whoa, what is this place? Fancy. Where we came in from? Maybe we didn't land on these sharp rocks if that's the case. I was shocked too. These ruins look really old. Not exactly something you expect to find in the middle of a cave system for sure. I don't know if I'd call these ruins. Like someone put stuff up in here, but these rocks seem naturally formed. Maybe the doctor hid the orb around here? I mean, those look like footprints over there. Son, I think our little adventure is about to pay dividends. Time to find that orb. Alright, well. Let's start with the obvious, I guess. What's this thing? This box looks pretty new. Guessing the doctor is the one who brought it down here. It's no good. It's locked tight. No way to open it? Doesn't look like it. There isn't even a keyhole, which means there must be some trick to opening it. We'll have to figure it out if we don't want to see if we want to see what's inside. Water bottle. What's a plastic bottle doing here? There's seaweed stuck to it, which means it probably came from the ocean. Possible this cavern is connected to the sea somehow. They said there was an ocean on either side. And driftwood too? Driftwood? How did that get in here? By drifting on in, I assume. The only question is from where? Ooh, maybe this pond is connected to the water. It's salt water. Maybe it rises and lowers. Footprints. These have got to be the doctor's footprints. They match the bottoms of the boots we saw in his study. They made it all the way down here. Water's washed most of them away, but his footprints are everywhere. Really? These are the only set I see. Must have been looking for something. Ah! Those prints, they're coming out of that lake. Hey, right. That would mean Dr. Buff came walking out of the water. Before we look at the water. Pretty pretty. That's the hole we fell through. Doesn't look like we'll be going back that way. We're gonna survive the fall from way up there. Yeah, really. Indeed, if that hole hadn't been above the lake, we'd be history. Pass out the moment you hit the water. Yeah, well, water's not really my thing. Cavern is solid rock all around. Looks like we either go back through that hole, find some other way out. Ugh, why am I always between a rock and a hard place? Alright, well, through the water, I guess. This looks really deep. I can't even see the bottom. Bottomless lake in the depths of a mountain cave system. The blood runs cold at the thought of falling in there. The water, it's salty. Yeah, it's seawater. The lake may very well lead to the ocean. Didn't Pearl mention something about the ocean? Like how it's on the other side of the mountain? I can't imagine she meant it literally. So somewhat what we know so far. The orb is almost definitely inside this box contraption that we can't open. As for this cave, there doesn't seem to be any way out. Ugh. This close to the orb. Oh, come on now, son. Don't be like that. It's just a bit of bad luck, that's all. A bit? Murphy called. He wants his law back. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Ha 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 ha. How can he laugh at a time like this? We're stuck here for now, so we might as well try to open this thing. Okay, let's see what we're dealing with. On the bottom. There's a big button here. Huh, nothing happened. Probably how you trigger it when it opens. Nothing particularly interesting here. Really? Alright, well. This thing is covered with pictures. And hey, each section also rotates. Oh boy. Take a look at this, son. This is a picture of a dragon battling a tiger. Green and purple one. This is a Kurinese butterfly and Mitama. What if there are clues for figuring out how to open this box? Gee, I wonder. Here's this box uses a picture-based combination lock. Let's arrange the pictures on each side in the correct sequence. I mean, there's 4, so it wouldn't take that long to figure out. Let's see, there's a dragon and tiger fight, a Kurinese butterfly with a Mitama. There are other pictures too. Oh my god, what is with this yawning? Huh. Dirk, I was thinking, maybe we should check the evidence we've collected so far. I think we have something that just might help us open it. You read my mind, son. I think this will help it open the puzzle box, right?
Take that!
Dr. Bell's research note mentions the Song of Ceremony. Maybe its lyrics of the pictures of the box correspond somehow. I think you're onto something, son. Okay, let's give it a shot. Loading. I'm gonna get a drink real quick. What do you guys think about this puzzle? Oh my god, even getting that helps me at all. Be right back. Sorry about the yawning. I really wish it wasn't, but I don't know how to stop it. I'll be right back. 1 second. I'm sorry, I need to stop saying, oh, just 1 second when it's actually gonna take longer than that. I'm gonna be more accurate, but I'm back. Style has 6 pictures. Hopefully walking around a bit help me get rid of this yawning. I don't know what's up with it. There are 4 dials in all. Box should open once the pictures are arranged in the right order. Like a funky puzzle box. Here comes justice. So, look at the notes. Dragon Tiger Battle, Founder Office Divine Protection, Butterfly, Prayers, Fire Prayers, Founder. This. Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire. Only then shall the doctor, or shall the Holy Mother return. Do like half like this. Then I might be mixing this and this up. Boom. Hey, got it. It opened. Wow, there it is. So this is the Founder's Orb. We did it, son. The orb is finally ours. I did not expect to actually get it. We might lose it here in a second. Oh, I just realized. Oops, I'm sorry about that. I got the BRB up. Whoopsie doodle. Oh. Alright, well at least I caught that now before we get into too much. Founder's Orb updating the court record. As the Founder's Orb is ours, and it's all thanks to you, son. Well done. Man, I thought I clicked that and it didn't go through. And again, I expect nothing less from my boy. It's no big deal. Don't sell yourself short. You may think it's nothing, but your insights and reasoning led us here. And I'd say that's truly impressive. I don't know about that. All those battles you fought in the courtroom have shaped you into the man you are today. I couldn't be prouder. We cut it out already before I turned into a sun-ripened tomato. This orb can finally deliver a fatal blow to the Garan regime. So, how exactly do you plan on using it? You're not going to try to become a spirit medium, are you? Don't be ridiculous. I don't need supernatural powers like that. So then, are you going to use it as a bargaining chip with King Garan? Like demanding she abolishes the Defense Culpability Act? Well, the thought had crossed my mind, but the main thing is returning this to the Kingdom of Kurain. After all, it's the sacred relic of Kurinism. That is where it belongs. Really? That's all you wanted to do? Because my true objective has always been to find out who asked Dr. Buff to study it and why. Not sure I follow. I'm gonna play the hero. Orb significance. The official story is that the orb was stolen from the Temple treasure room. Yeah, I heard about that on the news. They also said your group was behind the theft. That's not good. We're probably on an international most wanted list now. Let me ask you something, Apollo. Who do you think really stole the orb? I really haven't a clue. Well, I think it was one of the royals. Really, someone from the royal family. Yeah, and I've got a pretty good idea which one it was. You know who it is? You're gonna share your hunch? The very evil one, I'll say. All I'll say at this point is this. Security is pretty tight, but the royals have unfettered access to the treasure room. Plus, they seem to be turning a blind eye to the orb's loss. But why would a member of the royal family do that? That I haven't figured out yet. Whatever the reason, it can't be good. I mean, Kuranese royal stealing national treasure of such religious significance and then pinning the crime on us, the defiant dragons. Sounds like a conspiracy or something. I agree, and if the truth were ever to come to light, it would be a scandal of the epic proportions. Allow a foreign national to study a treasure, foreign national, so sacred that it's off limits to the public. It would be seen as utter sacrilege to those who revere the Holy Mother. So if this were to go public, support for the Garan regime would weaken. But that's not all. This is just a hunch, but I believe there's something even bigger here. Something that would explain why the orb was being studied in the first place. Something that would shake the kingdom of Kurain to its very core. And I'm going to find out what. Probably right. His intuition is usually spot on. Dirk, why are you so bent on the revolution anyway? The only thing it could possibly be is like somehow contains clues to who markings. Is this blood? I think it might be. It also might tell you who the leader is somehow. Dirk, why are you so bent on revolution anyway? Is it to reform the legal system in the Korean? There's that. But I'm also doing this for my children. Let's save in Hyuta. What do you mean? This is for your ears only. It's the other reason why this revolution needs to succeed. Hyuta. Hyuta. I never thought that our reunion would take place in a courtroom. Yeah, looks nothing like Apollo. Oh, so you run into each other already. Yeah, but it was like he was a different person. He used to be such a kind, cheerful kid, always smiling and stuff. But now, he tried to convict Trucy for a crime she didn't even commit. Let's get telling me I had putrid mind and to let go and move on. Has it really gotten that bad? It must be Garon's influence. It wasn't like that when we first stepped into the courtroom. Back then, he still had a keen sense of justice. About to bring the Garon regime down and reform the legal system. You could be playing a very long game and just playing the part of a blind loyalist. Not new to say. That's what he swore to do, but that was also 5 years ago. You've been the shining star of the Defiant Dragons and our greatest hope. Wait, Nyuta was a dragon? He was. These days, he's more like the Garon's lapdog. Talk about a complete about-face. Why would he do that? Something must have happened to him. Something that sparked a radical change. Still, I don't think he truly believes in the new path he's taken. Not conviction that fills his heart. It's a resignation and despair. Let's see. The only one thing I know for sure is Yuta is suffering, and he's suffering in silence. Yuta, suffering. Yes, he knows the rightful state of Kuren's legal system, but something forces him to bend Garon's will, and it's tearing him apart. It's been 5 years. Do you really think he even still wants to reform the legal system? As long as he carries what I've taught him in his heart, I do. Teachings. Dragon never yields. That's what you always told us. But it did. It's a belief I've held since back when I was a lawyer. The dragon stands at the pinnacle of the natural world. Nothing and no one can bend its will. That's why we lawyers must pursue the truth like the unyielding dragon, right? Like an unyielding dragon, right? We must fight for truth to the bitter end, no matter what it takes. Dragon Mr. Right. We have that much in common. I've held on to this badge, even though there are no more lawyers in Kuren. Believe that one day our legal system will return to its former glory. It's like a target. It's kind of like a shoot here. They knew ahead of time they were going to get rid of all the lawyers. And this badge here is a testament to that belief. What if Nayuta believes in what you taught us? He does. That much I'm sure of.
A dragon never yields.
I don't know. I don't know what he sounds like in my head, but it's not that. Sounds too... Maybe it does. Maybe it's fine. It just seems too deep for me. I know that belief is etched deep in his heart. I bet my life on it. After all, he is my flesh and blood. Even though you look nothing alike. It's unshakable faith and confidence. What draws people to him, whether they like it or not. Even people like me. You know, I remember back when we were kids, Yuta used to say with great pride, I have the blood of the dragon within me. Yes, and that's why I want to free him. Free him from the poisonous clutches of the Garon regime. That's your other reason for starting a revolution. Yes, I need to smack some sense in that boy of mine. I mean, what else are our fathers for? I wouldn't know. Now that we have the orb, on to the next problem, getting out of here. Well, we're not going back the way we came, that's for sure. That hole we fell through is way too high to climb back up, too. Actually, I have an idea. That lake water tastes salty, which means it must connect to the ocean, so we can swim out, although... Oh, can't swim. Well, wait a second. You're not suggesting we swim our way out of here. Is exactly what I'm suggesting. Aren't the footprints leading away from the water? Maybe there's a way out from the back behind us. That's exactly what I'm suggesting. But we have no idea how deep that lake goes. Pitch black down there. Not a problem. How's that not a problem? I mean, how do you even know if there's really a passage to the ocean? I mean, there has to be, right? Well, one of us has to try, and I'm the better swimmer. Time's a wasting. I'll be back before you know it, son. Dirk! He's gone. I sure hope he knows that what he's doing. (16th) Mount Mitama, Kuranese ruins. Kuranese ruin. And I guess he, because it's Kuranese. Which is the exact same way I've been saying the other one. Oh, it's been 20 minutes. Hope he's okay. What's going on? Earthquake? Bad place to be for an earthquake. Uh-oh. The water's... Oh, God, rising and fast. Ah! Need air. Cough, sputter, cough, cough. I don't know how to swim. Don't grab on something that floats. Cough, sputter, cough. I should be trying. Should be doing that instead. This is bad. I better think of something quick. Let's think about this for a second here. This is interesting. I think way more actiony than everything else. This is not good. The water's almost up to the top of the altar. It won't be long before it reaches the roof of the cave. And maybe I can use this like an oxygen tank. Wait, what am I thinking? I need to stay calm and be more rational about this. Yeah, it's no use. The hole's still too high. Up. I'll have to find another way, and quick, before I drown. I don't think there's a time limit or anything. Puzzle box is still at the base of the altar. Must have been designed to stay put, even at the high tide. Wait, that's it. Dr. Bell must have gotten in here from some ocean side entrance at low tide. That's why his footprints were leading out of the lake. It really does connect to the ocean. Not that it helps. I'd rather drown before I made it out. Probably drown before I made it out. Yeah, another mark. I think this is still the fit thing. I've got it. As long as I hold on to this, I should be able to stay afloat. Yeah, there you go. Water won't stop rising. Ah, I'm getting swept away. Ah, please stop. I mean, there's a hole up there you can float into. Yeah, there you go. Really obsessed with the water bottle. Only the bottle were a little bigger. I'd store that much air, more air. It wouldn't make that much of a difference. I need to stop with these harebrained ideas and come up with a real way to escape. It's weird. Yeah, there's not a lot of situations like this in the Phoenix Wright game. Water's almost at the top now. At this rate, I'll run out of breathing room. I'm just gonna keep remarking to myself while that happens. But Gunnar, if I don't find a way out quick, all right, let's just right here. The water's just high enough for me to reach that hole. Reach the hole. I'm saved. All I have to do is go back out the way we came. Or might even lift me all the way back up over that wall of rock. How high? We're in a mountain, aren't we? How high does the water go? Here goes. Is there any thing like this happening? Not like a volcano? Huh? The hole, it's full of rubble. The tunnel collapsed above. Tunnel collapsing above must have filled it after we fell through it. Ugh. This can't be happening. No, I can't give up now. I refuse to die here. The water, it can't. Cough sputter. I can't breathe. This the end? Dirk, I wonder if I made it out. I wonder if he made it out. So this is what it feels like to drown. I would have eaten that sushi if I'd known it would be my last meal. I feel like I've been through this before. And now I remember. It was back when all three of us were living in that shack in the mountains. And Yuta and I were playing by the riverside when we got swept up in the rapids. Ah! Ag! Thought we were goners, but then... Yuta! Hollow! Hold on, I'm coming! Big old Dirk. Sniffle, sniffle, sniffle. Whoa! So I don't know why I said that. That was a close one. Thought you'd lost you two. I'm sorry, Dirk. All right, that's enough now. Didn't I teach you that boys don't cry? Not making them conform to your gender roles, Dirk. Thank you, Father. Go. Go. Could have been killed. But you risked your life to save us. Why? What a silly question. What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Yuta, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand? Hey, Dirk, this isn't forever, right? You'll bring me back from America someday, right? Of course. I'll come pick you up as soon as things settle down here. I promise. Hey, you promised. Dirk, I waited and waited for the day you'd come and take me home. And you never came. That's why I tried to forget about you. My life back in Kuren. Oh, we're getting a lot of development for Apollo in this game. I guess that whole Apollo Justice trilogy is coming around. Dirk, why? Why didn't you... Still doing it. Jeez. Low. Apollo. Apollo, can you hear me? Pops. There we go. That's what I should be doing. Dirk. Still can't swim, eh? You came back? But why? I said I'd come back for you, didn't I? Yeah, but you can't hold me and swim. We're both going to go. We're going to stop talking. You'll bite your tongue. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa! We're being pulled under. What's going on? Why is this happening? Oh my god, jeez. May 16, mystery. Cough. Hey, we made it back. Ugh. Where? Ah, you finally came to, son. Get your fill of seawater? Good thing your name's not Neptune, huh? Dirk. You're telling me. Check it out. Snot's coming out of his nose. A miraculous escape. Not even some of the escape artist grades could pull that off. What happened? Sorry it took me so long, son. Made it to the ocean, but I figured you still couldn't swim. I found a local fisherman and had him take us near the undersea cavern. Tied a rope to me and I came and grabbed you. Then he yanked me back. Oh, so that's what pulled us under with such force. Don't forget about me. I assisted in your escape deck too, Polly. I've helped compatriots escape from all sorts of places. Mountain jails, island prisons. An undersea cavern? Now that was a first. Dirk, he risked his life for me. Dirk, I'm only alive because of you. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I just did what any father would do for his son. Saved my life yet again. Yeah, seawater doesn't make for much of a meal. It's because Polly didn't have any sushi. But yeah, I haven't eaten anything since this morning. Oh, that's right. Hey, AJ. They're coming to buy you this for you. Sushi. Thought you might be hungry. Ready to have some of this this time around? Yeah, thanks. Oh, nom, 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 nom. Oh, wow, this is delicious. Glad you approve. Better get some before you eat them all. Chomp, choo, choo, choo. Nom, 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 nom. Just like old times. Turkey is a slice of fish he caught up, and we eat fresh sashimi together. Used to talk about all the vitamins and minerals packed in the raw fish. I was about to say something else. Nom 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 nom. Hey, by the way, let me see that orb, AJ. Here you go. Okay, good. We have it. Whoa, so that's what it looks like. You found the legendary treasure. Nice work, Polly. Thanks. Guess you could say mission accomplished. With the orb, our revolution can take a big step forward. Let's celebrate the eve of our world evolution. We get all dressed up and feast till dawn. Yeah, now that you're talking, time to party. After all that, I just want to go to bed. Sure wish Yuta was here. Maybe someday we'll enjoy times like these together again. Revolution, if it can bring back those happy days, you can sign me up for. Sorry to interrupt your little party, but I'm here for my crystal. Right, left, halt. Ah, it's him again. Well done. Then again, I always knew you could do it. After all, we politicians must be excellent judges of character. Still, I'm impressed you both made it out of there alive. Wait a second. You're the one who shoved us into that pit? Sounds so bad when you say it like that. All I did was give you a little nudge in the right direction. So, it was you. Like, we're obviously not going to hand this over. What's he going to do? A lot of dots. Oh! You no good son of a... Yeep! Don't look at me like that. The crystal of Amife is mine. Now hand it over. Over my dead body. Yeek! Detective, help! Yeah, I know. Emma, what's going on here? Filed a police report. Claims you're trying to steal his family heirloom. That's him, the one with the long hair. Arrest him this instant. He's the thief that made off with the Atishon family's most precious heirloom. I suppose I should ask you to come in for questioning. Down at the police station? I think I'll pass. Yeah, after all, Mr. Atishon seems bent on having me arrested on theft charges. It's not good. If Dirk gets arrested, he'll be sent back to Kurin to face execution. Sorry, but now that I know you have the crystal, or orb as you call it, I must insist. Will you please come with me, sir?
Hold it!
Emma, I'm afraid I can't let you take Dirk in. You received the orb from Dr. Buff in a perfectly legal transaction. That's so. Can you prove it? Of course. This should sufficiently prove the orb now belongs to Dirk. I mean... like, obviously that's not gonna hold up.
Take that!
Take a look at this agreement. Hit the mic there, sorry. What do we have here? Let's see. I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. Yeah, that last bit. Which means the president murdered him. We're gonna have to figure out exactly how. Appears to be perfectly legal agreement. Not so fast. That's not the Founder's Orb. It's a crystal of Amife, which means their agreement is null and void. This is going nowhere fast. He'd say that again. And we'll just have to go to trial. Right, Apollo? Stop. Mr. Right! Daddy! What are you doing here? What's with you two? You look like you just saw a ghost. Oh yeah, Emma mentioned she'd seen him around. Yeah. Well, what are you doing here in Korean Village, Mr. Wright? Mr. Tishon has retained me as his lawyer. Wait, you're his lawyer? We're gonna be, ooh. There's no way. So the games, all the previous games, they made a big difference. Oh, there's a difference between lawyers and prosecutors. And it's like, you can't usually have one fill in for the other. Like, the Edward did the third game of the first trilogy, but it was like, oh, I had to hide my identity somehow, like he did, but weird. Are we actually gonna have him as an enemy? Before anything, check out my badge. I think you would have more pressing things to ask me about. Yeah, I better ask what I can while I can. So very little. They don't see the badge, they ain't seeing anything. Legal advisor. Mr. Wright, why are you serving as Tishon's lawyer? Because he hired me. He needed my help in getting a family heirloom back from Dr. Buff. It seems correctly he foresaw that something like this might happen. Because those shifty insurgents were harassing poor Dr. Buff. I knew I might need a lawyer if things went south. I figured with a celebrated lawyer like Phoenix Wright, I couldn't go wrong. So he is famous, so people do know him. Is this what you came back from Kurta in for, Mr. Wright? It was just good timing. My work over there just happened to wrap up, so here I am. Plus, Mr. Attention is a very important client. They know each other, but I've never heard of Mr. Wright mention his name before. Mr. Wright, are you sure this is Mr. Attention's family heirloom? That's my client's assertion. It says he's the crystal of Ami Faye. Apparently, it's the crystal she once used when channeling spirits. Who is Ami Faye? Brought Kearney's channeling to Japan, and her descendants brought it here. Okay, sure. Her true origins are still rather murky. But what's clear, she's the founder of the Korean channeling technique. Oh, she's like the one they call founder in Kurdan, the Holy Mother. Apollo, I don't plan to betray my client's confidence. He does this pose, which is he did in Apollo Justice, although it doesn't have the same impact without his hat. It makes him feel very confident, but man, when you're controlling him, Phoenix never feels like this pose. He's always nervous and kind of bumbling a bit. I may not know all the facts yet, but I do know we won't be handing over the crystal over to you. What are you saying? I'm really sorry it's come to this, but Mr. Wright, I don't understand. Let me spell it out for you then. You continue to claim that the crystal belongs to your client, but I will be seeing you in court. What? What's gotten into you, Daddy? Nothing. This is strictly business. Two lawyers from the same firm facing off. What are the odds? Looking for me. I believe I have the right man for the job. Whatever you're going to do. I wonder if you can do this in real life. I mean, just because you work in the same office, that doesn't mean, oh, we shouldn't trust them. They're just gonna have each other's backs. It's probably just bad form, though. You don't want to guarantee one of your guys is gonna lose the case, even though you get paid either way. Weird. What are we gonna do? Remember, he is your boss. There. How did it come to this? Mr. Wright, please, don't do this. Apollo, there's no point in arguing about it here. When it's now clear we're headed to court, that's where we'll find out who the crystal really belongs to. Are you suddenly gonna be super cool? So obviously something's going on with Wright. He's not doing it just for the money. There's a plan here. I don't believe it. Am I really going to face Mr. Wright in court? Daddy, Apollo, no. We can't have our agency's talents competing against each other. It's too late, Trucy. The die has been cast. We each have to fight for our client's best interests. But... so, what's it going to be, Apollo? Are we going to have to take this to trial? Have to battle Mr. Wright in court? Like, I mean, he probably knows the guy's guilty and he wants to prove it in court, and you know Apollo can do it. like, still doesn't explain why he can't just take the reins himself and just have a random prosecutor help. Why does it have to be him representing him? The legendary Phoenix Wright? No matter how many trials of his I've watched, no matter how dire the situation, he's always pulled out a win in the end. Can I do it? Can I really take on the man whose footsteps I've been following in? I owe it to Dirk to at least try. What should I do? I'm not even gonna attempt to do this. Battle Mr. Wright. There's no turning back now. It's a trial you want, Mr. Wright. I'm more than happy to oblige. I'm ready to fight for my client, even if it means facing off against you. All right. That's a weird pause. I won't be pulling any punches either, Apollo. The kid gloves are officially off. May the best attorney win. You got it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. First Daddy, now you. Polly, you're not seriously... Sorry, Juicy. I have to do this. Where's Athena? What's she up to? Apollo. Oh! Athena been kidnapped. Is this happening again? Where Phoenix is forced to be a lawyer for someone while someone's kidnapped. Explains where Athena is. It's probably that. Apollo. Alright then, I better go prepare for tomorrow. See you in court. Daddy, no, wait! That would explain his motive. Like Athena being captured kind of explains everything. A fine mess I've gotten you into, son. I mean, all the lawyers we could face, it had to be him? Practically a celebrity and put it in now. They're calling him the Fighting Phoenix. I'll be fine. After all, I've come a long way too. Who knows, I could even end up winning. There's always a chance, right? You know, this may be a blessing in disguise. The trial proves that what we found indeed is the Founder's Orb. Then whoever asked Dr. Bluff to study it may be revealed too. This is our chance to finally pull them out of the shadows. The first step on your revolution, huh? It's the revolution to restore Kuran to its former glory and save Yuta's soul. Dirk, I'm trying to fight as hard as I can in court to make that a reality. I'm going to win this one, you'll see. I know you can do it, son. Huh. Doesn't matter that I'll be going up against Mr. Wright. I have to win this for Dirk. For Yuta, and his salvation along with all of Kuran depends on it. You're too big, can you? Yeah. Holy shit, man. I didn't expect to go Mr. Wright. That's super cool. I think I said it like very early on in the series that, yeah, they're calling it the Apollo Justice Trilogy. But Apollo just kind of got shoved out of his own game just because the arc with Phoenix was so interesting. And he was a minor, like, not a big player in Dual Destinies 2. Athena was more the spotlight, but it was shifting perspective so much. Kind of all of them were in the spotlight. So kind of Apollo Justice, unfortunately, kind of gets shifted to the side again because Athena has a major arc in that. And, you know, Phoenix Wright's back to law, so it's a big deal. This game, however, like, we went from nothing involving Apollo, like the most important stuff now, and getting to face Phoenix Wright. This is gonna be weird. He's gonna be on the other desk. The judge is gonna be nice to him and side with him immediately on everything, probably. Like now, the judge is gonna be, you know what, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You're right all the time. I'm just gonna go with you. What you say goes. This is the truth. I'm gonna take everything at face value. And of course, we're never gonna get that treatment. We're just gonna be on the receiving end forever. I'm really hungry, but I'm gonna keep going. I am too curious. It's a little short too. Let's go for at least another hour, maybe two. Moving on to the next chapter. May 17th, 10:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Just so you know, I'm not going to take sides. Message received, loud and clear. Good, because I don't like this one bit. You and Daddy should be on the same team. Sorry, Trucy. Wow, she's really mad. I'm sorry too, little lady. This is all my fault. I'm just worried things will never be the same between Daddy and Apollo. Case. They go through with this. Is that all? Well, I wouldn't worry about that. That's the way it is with us men. We may fight, but we don't burn bridges. Really? Sure. 1 minute we're trading blows, and the next we're having drinks together. We're simple creatures at heart. I sure hope you're right. Sorry I'm late. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry I'm late, Apollo. Athena, there you are. What happened with you and Mr. Wright yesterday? Oh, about that. I ended up going to the wrong airport. I was waiting there thinking his flight was really late, and before I knew it, I dozed off. By the time I woke up, it was already dark. Figured something like that had happened. Being late and dozing off are two things you do best. Ugh, guilty as charged. Well, here goes my theory. I guess Phoenix just has a plan, or maybe someone else, maybe Mike get captured again, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna think about it anymore. So then I take it you have no idea what today's case is about. Not a clue, sorry. What is today's case about, if I might ask? Is that a locked room mystery? Suspect with flimsy alibi? Oh, a dying message? Sorry, strike 3, you're out. The civil case. Civil case? Yeah, like I am speaking Swahili here. It's just the Martin Anything Agency specializes in criminal law, or so I thought. In civil cases, there are no prosecutors, right? I guess this is their excuse. Instead, both parties retain an attorney. Right, and the other attorney is someone you know very well. Really? Who? Is it Grossman? I forgot. Grossman's technically an attorney, even though we never see him on his own in a case. When I was, at some point, I was naming different defense attorneys we know. No, it's... The trial will begin shortly. Please proceed to the courtroom at once. Okay, let's do this. Apollo, wait. Who's the other attorney? Oh god, what's that mean? It's the picture of Anakin and Padme sitting in the courtroom. There's another attorney, there's a defense attorney in the case. Wait, who's the attorney? Who's the other attorney, Apollo? And he just keeps staring at him. Where's Mr. Wright? Time to explain. I mean, you could just say it's Mr. Wright. That's it. Okay, okay, right behind you. I mean, this is gonna turn into a murder eventually. Obviously, again, one of the things we know, the president or the dick, just the what's his name, Paul killed the professor to invalidate the certificate. Like cover up what it was so he can explain. So yeah. Day 1, court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session. Oh, gang's all here. Is this some sort of practice session? Yeah, I guess we never had all of them in a case before. I mean, they've been on, like, you know, they've been there. It's not in the court together. It's always been 2. Is there some sort of practice session? A mock trial, perhaps? Judge, you read the docket, right? No. No, it's not, Your Honor. Yeah, look at this. The real deal, Your Honor. So then you two have had a falling out? I won't have you using my courtroom for that, you know. Nothing like that, Your Honor. Exactly. It just so happens that we have different clients in this case. God, how are they gonna play with this dynamic? You've never had a Phoenix Wright in a courtroom and you didn't control him. Like, just through the other side, what's this gonna be? How much bumbling are they gonna do? Are they gonna have him bluff wildly and be obviously called out? Like, just so many questions that they're gonna do anything with this concept. Exactly. It just so happens that we have different clients in this case. I see. Well, here's to hoping this has no adverse effects on your working relationship. You can say that again. I had no idea we'd be going up against the boss today. Are you sure this is a good idea? Apollo also makes a very fitting final boss. What? Do you want me to, do you want to switch sides? Honestly, I'd rather be anywhere but here right now. At least she is here. I'm really going to need her help. Mr. Justice. Oh, wow. Yes? Don't expect me to pull any punches just because you're the opposing lawyer. As I said, the kid gloves are off. Come what may, they'll stay off. Same here, Mr. Wright. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. I mean, in a way, I'm glad, you know, it's nice Athena's here, but it would be nice to have a true one-on-one. Maybe she'll be more neutral. She just happens to be on our side. Stare down. Yeesh, you guys are really chomping at the bit, aren't you? I don't mind a good fight between co-workers. Just keep this civil case civil. Now then, if the plaintiff would take the stand, we may begin. God. Right, left, halt! Noble judge, members of the gallery, good day to you. I am Paul Attention. This is but the start of my epic campaign, and I have all you, and you have all the, oh my god, you all have the honor of witnessing it. I believe the youth of this country are our very future. Too long have they been looked down on and given the cold shoulder. But to them I say, that's not what you can do for your country. That's what you can do for me. Mr. Tichon, what is that crazy contraption you're riding in? My custom-made election-winning campaign mobile. Beautiful, isn't it? No, it's not. You're at a witness stand, not a campaign podium. So come out of there this instant. Oh my god, is he actually going to you? Hey, there we go. What do you have this on here? All right, now with the plaintiff's attorney, Mr. Wright, please explain the complaint filed against the defendant. Mr. Attention's complaint against the defendant is simple. The defendant, one Dirk Satamati, stole my client's family heirloom, the crystal of Ami Faye. Mr. Attention merely seeks its return. This wouldn't have happened if that archaeologist hadn't kicked the bucket. I see. Well, Mr. Justice, let's have your opening statement if you would. Defense asserts the item in question is the Founder's Orb, a sacred relic from Kudain. Go on. It seems someone asked an archaeologist, Dr. Archie Buff, to study the orb. Dr. Buff determined that it was the Kuranese national treasure known as the Founder's Orb. Yeah, when I say it Kuranese, I say it like for Kurain and Kudain, I say it the same way. National treasure known as the Founder's Orb. I've probably been saying it wrong the entire time, but we're this deep. The very orb that was stolen from a treasure room in Kudain several weeks ago. Well, yes, I saw a news report about that. The theft of the Kuranese national treasure caused quite an uproar in the kingdom. Well, before we believe that it was not in fact a theft in the traditional sense, but rather that it was an inside job. It was speared out of Kudain by someone for Dr. Buff to study. You don't say. And? Around that time, an acquaintance of the defendant learned of Dr. Buff. He made contact with the doctor, who agreed to hand over the orb. Apparently, the doctor wanted nothing to do with it once he learned that it had been stolen. It seems you even have a transfer agreement between both parties. Mr. Satamati also agreed to return the Founder's Orb to the Kingdom of Kudain once the doctor verified it was the real thing. I see. So this dispute centered on whether the item in question is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Ami Faye. That in turn will determine the object's rightful owner. Better bring my A game. Going up against it, Mr. Wright won't be a walk in the park. Come to think of it, the name Dirk Satamati sounds awfully familiar. I can't recall where I've heard it. Oh, it's probably your imagination, Your Honor. He's just a tourist after all. My imagination, you say. Are you sure about this, Apollo? He's a wanted criminal in Kudain, isn't he? In Kudain, yes. Here, he's just a tourist. Very well. Let us begin the proceedings. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness? Who's the witness if it's not this guy? Oh, it's Emma. Oh, she's not. I mean, you call witness detective ever? I thought they would always start with the detective or refer to detectives as detective because they didn't witness anything. Like the title's misleading if you just say witness for detective. Emma, show some manners. We're in court. I know, it's just this is a civil trial, so I was surprised to see a detective take the stand. Yeah, maybe she's not here as a detective. Maybe she actually is here as a witness. I had to do some digging on Dr. Buff. What for? You disappoint me, Apollo. First, you know I'm not a detective. I'm a forensic scientist. Potato, potato. You need to try to remember that. Second, you owe Mr. Wright an apology. After all he's done for you, you have some nerve. First, I'm sorry, and second, I'm really just trying to do my job. You'll never get anywhere with that attitude. Take some advice from someone who's been there. What, I feel like I'm on trial here? Victor Sky, your testimony, if you please. Now, let's see what she's actually here for. Doctor's dark secret. Police have had their eyes on Dr. Buff for some time. Ooh. Just today, a number of stolen artifacts were discovered in his study. Those are all stolen, huh? Among them were a priceless urn and a statue that were stolen from the Fae clan. I guess that's why that stuff's here then. Serial theft, huh? Seems the doctor would do anything to study artifacts, including steal them. As for the relic at the center of this dispute, he likely stole it from the Tishon residence. Do you have any proof of that? Him being a thief doesn't mean he stole it, though. The doctor is a thief? Why am I just hearing about this now? Well, cat burglar isn't something he put on his resume, because he was more careful than that. But the fact is, he was a classic treasure hunter. Treasure hunter, huh? Like people who have thrilling adventures in exotic places, risking life and limb for glory. I doubt Dr. Buff was the star of his own hit movie series, Athena. Respect for the dead, I will say that Dr. Buff wasn't doing it to get rich. Apparently, he only wanted to borrow artifacts to study them. He would return them as soon as his research was finished. According to the doctor's child, he would even repair and restore some of the artifacts he stole before returning them. I believe he was honoring the dead by discovering their history through artifacts. Highlighted so you know it's important. But whatever the lofty ideals he held, it makes no difference. Larceny is larceny. Yes, he certainly sounds no different from a regular thief to me. But let's say for a moment that the doctor really did moonlight stealing artifacts. Might he not have stolen the Founder's Orb and Kurian and brought it back here himself? Nope, there's no record of him traveling overseas over the past few years. Plus, he couldn't very well leave his reclusive child at home all alone. Then he really must be, this really must be the crystal of Ami Faye. Yes, he stole from the Ashton, Attention resident. I keep want to call it Ashton. I think is. Where am I getting that name from? I don't know. Attention residence, probably so he could study it. This is the left hook I did not need. But you never saw that coming, Apollo. Yeah, when Mr. Wright said the kid gloves were off, he wasn't kidding. Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Doctor's dark secret. Police have had their eyes on Dr. Buff for some time. Just today, a number of stolen artifacts were discovered in his study. Among them were a priceless urn and a statue that were stolen from the Fae clan. Let me do something real fast. Probably update something. There isn't the final case. I should probably let people know that before they click on the stream link and everything. Oops. Among them were a priceless urn and statue that were stolen from the Fae clan. It seems the doctor would do anything to study artifacts. Ooh, wait, not a click-through thing. This is a Press thing got a little distracted.
Hold it!
How exactly did Dr. Buff arouse the suspicion of police anyway? I got up to good old-fashioned sleuthing. After investigating countless artifact thefts over the past few years, police finally zeroed in on him and the doctor became their prime suspect. A number of those artifact thefts have occurred in Korean Village too, if I might add. And they started right around the time the doctor moved there. He was never arrested, I take it. There was nothing concrete linking him to a crime. No, which is why we were never able to get a search warrant in the first place. Hard to arrest artifact thieves unless you catch them red-handed. Still, the police had him under constant surveillance. Now this is all going to tie into that. I mean, like, we figured something would tie into that arson backstory. So, something here will probably do that eventually. Just today, a number of stolen artifacts were discovered in his study. Yeah, all the Korean references. Are you sure these alleged stolen artifacts are the real deal? They're not fakes, that's for sure. Take the urn for example. Apparently, it's a extremely intricate work of art. Design, cracks, and other features would be impossible to replicate perfectly. Actually, I've had a few run-ins with that urn myself. I was shocked to see it there in the doctor's study. I can say without a doubt that urn was stolen from the Fae clan. I see. Victor Sky, please continue with the testimony if you would. Among them were a priceless urn and a statue that were stolen from the Fae clan. Oops. Go back. It's not press through, it's like pressing. Were any other stolen artifacts found besides those belonging to the Faes? Yes, for instance... Remember the large relief upon the wall? Relief on the wall? It was chiseled out of some ancient ruins in the kingdom of Kurin several years. Yeah, you can put that back, but that's not going to be the same thing. Damaged. Permanently. Chiseled out. Did that damage it? Well, he did restore parts that were so faded you could barely see them anymore. He intended to return someday so he could say his intentions were good. Good intentions are no get out of jail free card, that's a fact. I might add, with respect for the deceased, the quality of the restoration was apparently exceptional. Seems the doctor invested a lot of money in hiring an extremely talented specialist. Okay, he didn't do it to someone else. I thought that would have been. I thought I read something wrong, but no, he did hire another person. Sounds like a good man who took a wrong turn somewhere. Guess Sarge takes after him in that way. Any further questions? If not, seems the doctor would do anything to study artifacts, including steal them. Have these alleged thefts been going on for some time? At least 5 years, as far as we can tell. All the recent thefts have been local. But before moving on to Crane Village, he had been stealing from ruins around the world. Man, I've just been thinking, I thought it was odd, like, Phoenix has never presented a witness like this before. Like, I wish we would get to do that too. I don't think the game's ever gonna allow us to do that. Oh, because we can do each like if before prosecutors could be the only ones that do it. Maybe now that there is no prosecutor, we could do it. But I think we could as a defense attorney. We just never did. Oh well. Before moving to Crane Village, he had been stealing from ruins around the world. Dr. Buff was an international criminal. Data lends itself to but one conclusion. Dr. Buff was a thief. As for the relic at the center of this dispute, he likely stole it from the Tenshon residence. Oops. Trial barely started and we're already backed into a corner. To make matters worse, the judge seems to agree with the plaintiff's case. We still gotta give it an oral. Wow, it's weird seeing plaintiff. I don't really... It's just a court term we don't see a lot. This game always plays fast and loose with the actual court law, or, you know, law in general. What's this one? Claiming he stole a family heirloom from the Ashton God, I keep saying Ashton. Attention residents. Claiming something doesn't make it true. Unfortunately, it is true. How can you be so sure? Police report was filed concerning the theft 1 year ago, in fact. Ooh, really? What? A whole year ago? August 25th of last year, to be exact. Report states, and I quote, Crystal Omnife was discovered to be missing in the Tishon storehouse at 10 a.m. The storehouse lock had been picked. Signed Paul at Tishon. Wimperson. Well, a year-old report certainly lends to the plaintiff's claim of claim credence. The doctor really could have stolen the crystal of Omnife. Not only that, Your Honor, Founder's Orb was only found to be missing several weeks ago. That's nearly a year after the crystal theft was reported. Therefore, I believe we must consider the orb and the crystal to be two separate items. Politician Wimperson, not the most awe-inspiring tail end, is it? See why he cut it. Not that he inspires confidence without it. Still, I'd rather do the same I'd probably do the same in his shoes. Cool. This report was filed about the crystal theft a year ago. Take a look at that. Wimperson. What is this? Like his full, is it like Attention his middle name or something, or is Wimperson his last name? What is this? Maybe it's combined. Damn. Not a lot of details. This report was filed about the crystal theft a year ago. The theft of the Founder's Orb was only reported a few weeks ago. The crystal's police report was filed away before the orb was found missing. That suggests the stolen relic is the crystal of Omnife, Mr. Attention Whisperson asserts. I doubt the police report is a fake. After all, Emma is the one who submitted it as evidence. Still, I feel like something we learned in that police report is important somehow. Well, okay, the Wimperson. Wow, we do have to present evidence. It's weird. Well, this is already weird. Like, okay, so it's pointing to the police report, but what do we present that on? Oops. Or 10 a.m. Let's see what let me look at that again. Let's look at all the details. Crystal Omnife was discovered missing for the Ashton Storehouse 10 a.m. Doesn't give a date. Must have been picked. Who's there? I've Dr. Buff for a long time. Stolen artifacts in the study. One of them were her statue and the fake can. Oh, but the doctor didn't arrive here till a year or 6 months ago, right? So it was stolen before then. I don't know how I prove that. What do we have? Tails. This would be important, but I feel like... No, we don't have a date on this. Nothing. No, it's gotta be this Wimperson, but how's that important? We know the doctor got here just 6 months ago. Press this again. Were any other stolen artifacts found besides those belonging to the face? Yes, for instance... Right, that big wall. Get past this. Chiseled out how? Did that damage it? Well, he did restore parts that were so faded you could barely see them anymore. Seems he intended to return it someday, so one could say his intentions were good. Good intentions are get out of jail free card. That's a fact. Or not a get out of jail free card. Yes, 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 yes. Hmm. Now this, I'm not confident about this, but presenting this here seems like thing. No. Just take a look at this piece of evidence. No, I'm looking, but what am I supposed to be supposed to see? Oh, as your boss and mentor, here's a bit of advice. Never present evidence before you have a good grasp of the situation at hand. Right, sorry. Oops. As the presiding judge, here's the penalty. Ouch. Double team for just doing what Mr. Wright always does anyway. Alright, so what are we doing here? Likely stole it from the Ashton residence. Anything else? Sometimes when I've been doing this, it's not been super clear. Although this... No, this just shows the third party, which could still be the... Well, actually, no, this shows the third party. Hey, clan. No, it's this one. It is this one. We do this and we present this.
Objection!
Yeah, it's a third party that stole it. The doctor stole the relic from the plaintiff? Are you sure? Because that statement doesn't agree with a certain piece of evidence. What do you mean? Take a look at this. What about it? This contains an email from the doctor's computer. Email in that little piece of plastic. God, what year is it, Judge? These have been around for more than a decade. Closer to 2. I'm afraid I don't understand. Oh, this stick here can store all sorts of computer data. So I don't get it. Here, just look at this. Apparently the doctor was reporting his research findings to a certain individual. Now take a look at this. It's a police report Detective Sky presented to this court. You can see the plaintiff's legal name on it. Paul Attention Wimperson. I can see why he dropped Wimperson from his name, but that's hardly a breaking news. Look closer, Your Honor. Oh! His initials, oh! Right, the plaintiff's full legal name is Paul Attention Wimperson, so P-A-W. Oh, Paw! Ah, I got caught up on the potential furry thing. I didn't even think about it. Alright. That's still kind of a reach, though. It could be a coincidence. I consider this. Look at that full name again. Yeah. And yeah, the animal. And male. In male. Ah, I got distracted. I should have paid more attention to that. 7-Eleven. That's gonna be significant too. Maybe that's the date it was stolen from. Consider this. Or his birthday. Consider it. Consider it for long while we really sit here and really consider it. There we go. The email's recipient address starts with 3 letters. I wonder what's causing that. That's so weird. Paw. Ah! Don't tell me. Oh, but I will anyway. The individual who hired the doctor to study the disputed item is none other than Paul Attention Wimperson. Ah, that's a mouthful. Wait, then that means... Exactly, he wouldn't have asked the man who stole his family heirloom to study it. Therefore, how could this possibly be the Crystal of Ami-Fae? Ah! I mean, that's not proof, though. It could be a coincidence. But, like, the fact that he's working for a third party is better evidence that he didn't steal it himself. We never checked the doctor's emails. Wow. We couldn't even figure out the password to his computer. Some police people. The plaintiff willingly left the orb in the doctor's care so he could study it. At the behest of his benefactor, quotation marks. Wait. What about the police report? I have all the details of the theft right here. It's probably for another relic, the real crystal of Ami Faye. He's just using the report as a way to claim that our orb is actually his stolen crystal.
Objection!
And how are you so certain that Paul refers to my client's initials? Maybe the email's recipient was a dog lover. Yeah. Perhaps, so let's get to know your client a little better, shall we? Mr. Paul, attention, Wimperson. Hello. All attention. Blech. I suppose shutting down detractors is all part of a politician's job. Answer me this, Mr. Attention Wimperson. What is... Right, here we go. Your birthday. What is your birthday? My birthday, it's July 7th. But what does that have... what is it? What's it to you? Oh, I see. You can address birthday gifts to my office. But full disclosure, I only accept gifts valued at $1,000 or more. Wow. Hopefully he's paying you well, Phoenix. Apparently the office needs it. Why has everyone gone silent? Can anyone be that self-centered? Oh right, politician. Did everyone hear that? He said July 11th. July 11th or 7-11 matches the numbers on in the email address. Both the name and the birthday are a match. I hardly think that's a coincidence. Wait, why you sneaky little? Looks like someone finally decided to join the conversation. Also, never do this, people. Don't pick numbers that actually are relevant to you for your random name, online name. Would the plaintiff care to explain? I would like to say that is quite what? Quite a thing you said. Wow. Oh boy. This is gonna be a hoot. Any other thoughts? No further comments. I stand by my previous statement. Goodbye. Hold it. You can't just walk away. Even politicians have to explain themselves in a court of law. I'm afraid I simply don't know how it happened. Can't possibly explain matters outside my purview. I was a mistake on part of my secretary? Oh no you don't, you slippery eel. Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? I won't argue your assertion. My client lent the treasure in question to the doctor and asked him to study it. Seems that much is a fact. Now we're getting somewhere. However, it has no bearing on the issue of ownership. How so? Mr. Attention, I fully understand your position here. You had to hide the fact that you sent the crystal out to be studied. Your family would have been very upset if they had found out. It's a family heirloom after all. Okay, she's gonna lie for him. You've got to be kidding me. Mr. Wright is, well, right, of course. But then, he always is. That's why he's my lawyer. The crystal is precious Attention family heirloom and has been for centuries. But Dr. Buff was so eager to study its proud heritage, I just couldn't say no. I didn't even tell my grandfather. He's still alive? But in order to win the backing of your so-called benefactor, you're going to give what you claim to be the crystal of Ami Faye to that person. You're going to give a precious family heirloom away just like that? I was going to explain everything to grandfather later, honest. My client's grandfather is very proud of his grandson for following in his footsteps. And if refusing him would have meant dashing the dreams of his darling grandson... Hold on one second. How old is this dude? 25? Yeah, I guess he can have a grandfather then. 35. Wait. Ainsworth younger than Phoenix? No, it's the same age. What's Pearl? 18, wow. I think Maya was 18 in the first game, or did she get there eventually? Kind of crazy to think about. She's as old as Maya was at one point. I mean, you know, it's how humans work, kind of, but still. Alright. I doubt the kindly old man could have said no. Well, ground children are meant to be spoiled. That's what grandfathers are for. Your Honor, please. I mean, it's been in the family for centuries. My grandfather thinks highly of my talent as a politician. That's why he entrusted me with this very important name place card today. Wow. Pay attention. So I'm sure he would have been okay with me using the crystal as I saw fit. Grandpa's spoiled little brat. The judge is buying it, Apollo. No surprise there. He's always going on about his own grandchildren. Oh my god. Own grandchild, after all. Excuse me, can I leave now, Mr. Wright? I believe my work here is done. By all means, Detective Sky, thank you for your assistance. You're welcome. It's nice to testify at a civil trial once in a while. See you around. Okay, so now what, though? The only other witness is... Well, we can call him Dats. We can call him the child. The doctor's child, too, I guess. And it seems the facts have changed somewhat. His attention 1% apparently lent his family heirloom to Dr. Buff. Mr. Justice, how would the defense like to proceed? Also, I never... Call him Dr. Buff. Archie Buff. Like, I know Buff as in historical buff. Archaeologist buff, I guess. Yeah. Justice, how would the defense like to proceed? Oh, alright, now what? Well, let's hear what they know about this so-called Crystal of Ami Fae. Maybe we can find some inconsistencies in their statements. Right. Okay, then, Mr. Wright, if the item in question really is an attention and family heirloom, then let's hear all your client knows about it. Of course. Mr. Attention Whipperson? Please tell the defense everything you know about the crystal's origin. Alright, now then, listen and learn. This is the tale of the Crystal of Ami Fae and the illustrious history of the Tishon clan. Are you ready? I think it's definitely supposed to be attention, but I think maybe I should pronounce it differently. Tishon. Keep on saying Ashen. No, it's a Tishon. Attention's fine. Our story begins back in the old country when the Attention family reigned supreme. Oh boy. Gonna be a lot of fluff with very little things to find inconsistencies with. Illustrious history of the Attention clan. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. Protecting the spirit mediums, a minority back then from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Ami Fae gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him. I am a descendant of that great lord. As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history. Neato, but doesn't mean much. Well, that devolved into a great load of self-aggrandizing propaganda fast. As you can see, the Crystal of Ami Fae is an heirloom of the esteemed House of Tishon. You have proof that it has always been the Attention family? I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. My clan's neighbor, one Ives Shinito, age 85, gave the following statement. The Attention showed me the crystal back when I was but a lad.
Objection!
Can we really trust the memory of an old man? Or, you know, can we trust him? Maybe he's lying, Mr. Justice? Would you care to explain that statement to the judge? Oh, I didn't mean... What I'm trying to say is, never underestimate the memory of your elders. I may forget my verdicts the next day, but the memories of my past are clear as day. Therefore, I find Mr. Ives Shinito's statement to be perfectly credible. Great. Wow, did you see how Mr. Wright got the judge on his side? That's definitely a trick I want up my sleeve. You're not helping, Athena. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Justice. Oh, attention. Illustrious history of the Tishon clan. Alright, well, There's no obvious standouts, so let's just press everything. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. Press. That object you set down there, is that something of importance to you? The name place card. This one here belonged to my grandfather, Abraham. Ooh, Abraham. Yeah, okay. That's the short. Abraham's the full name of Abe. Yeah. Attention. He had it custom made during his distinguished political career. Special because it was crafted from the finest Italian plastic. Wasn't aware the Italians were famous for their fine plastic. I don't think anyone's famous for his plastic. You can touch it if you want. Well, no, I was gonna make a bad joke. No, I'm not going to. No, I'm fine. Very well, I'll just continue with my testimony. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler, but he was also an eminent politician. It's not that bad. I was gonna say, because people might be wondering, the place that's the most famous for its plastic is the ocean. Which is not a nice thing to say. He protected the spirit mediums as a minority back then from the rest of the locals. Famous for a bad reason. So I take it the real relationship with the Fake Clan was a close one. Smooth and open line of communication with my entire electorate. That is the Paul Attention way. Huh? Oh, sorry. I was asking about your ancestor. Whether it's about me or my ancestor, feel free to ask me anything you'd like. Transparency in government, that's the Paul Attention way. Like dodging questions, that's the Paul Attention way. Thanks, I'll be sure to ask when I have something you actually answer. As I was saying, the Attention family protected the face spirit mediums back then. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. Ask about that. Spirit mediums were targets of discrimination? Yes, some people even treated them like they were monsters. The transformation mediums underwent when channeling spirits frightened the locals. Then there were those who tried to use them. I mean, they sought to control the channeling powers of the mediums. Discriminating against the minority is absolutely despicable. Vote for me is a vote to end discrimination. I vow to root out wherever it may be. That is my promise to you. He's totally ignoring your questions, like your moderator at a political debate. Yeah, and only he cares about his talking points. As thrilling as your campaign is, could we please get back to your testimony? As you wish. Now then, as for the crystal of Ami Faye, as thanks, Ami Faye gave the crystal she had specifically made as a gift to him. Specially made as a gift to him. He said he had it made, so then it was made in Japan? Weird. I was waiting in Japan before they all came to America? That's right. They say she hired a famous craftsman to make it. They say it's quite valuable too. And you are going to take such a priceless family heirloom and just give it to your patron? That's so typical of you ignorant common types. Making difficult decisions when chips are down is what being a politician is all about. But only when it's in service to your own political career, you mean. The crystal is a testament to my ancestors' remarkable achievements. And furthermore, dang, I was hoping to get more details. I'm a descendant of that great lord.
Hold it!
So tell me, Mr. Attention Whipperson, are you famous in Korean Village? You could say that, but I find my popularity to be rather bemusing. Bemusing? Yes, my campaign posters keep going missing as soon as I put them up. My avid supporters and female fans are likely taking them home to hang in their bedrooms. As ignorance really is bliss. All this proves my fine lineage. As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history. I'm sorry, but is any of that relevant to the issue of the relic's rightful owner? Have you never heard of kingcraft? Kingcraft? It's the art of ruling as king. My father drilled it into my head from a young age. And one of its precipice. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's it. Precipice states, Varun awaits a ruler who responds to every single issue posed by the masses. Oh, that answered my questions about what he meant by king of this nation. Progress. Hello, who is this Ami Faye anyway? I believe she was the founder of Crane channeling technique. Linton claimed she had the crystal made for his ancestor. That would mean it was made in Japan, right? Yes, I suppose it would. So obviously that's a sticking point. That's the most focused on the actual crystal point. They made. But I'm pretty sure if we look at research nodes, yeah, Korean founding period. And that's yes.
Objection!
You said that Ami had the crystal made for your ancestor. Am I to assume it was made in Japan? That's right. The craftsmanship is unbeatable. Well, that's strange. I don't see how your so-called crystal could have been made there. What are you talking about? Quite obviously, look at this.
Take that!
Take a look at the distinctive design here. According to Dr. Buff, it's a Mitama motif dating back to the early days of the Kingdom of Korean. The Kingdom of Korean, And you base this on here. This piece of evidence, in your honor. These are the doctor's research notes on the Founder's Orbs. Founder's Orb. Ah. I guess this isn't. I thought this was the orb, but no, it's not. But I noticed those motifs were the same, so I guess we got lucky. This is the box in which the orb was originally stored. Features the same pattern as the one found on the orb. Also, yeah, you can see a little, like the dried blood here too. You know, they do look like the same pattern. Maybe it's not blood, maybe it's something else, but it's probably blood. Before I assert that, the speed item must have been made in the Kingdom of Korean. Ah! Take my place card!
Objection!
The Korean channeling technique originated from the Kingdom of Korean. And Ami Faye is known to have traveled there to train. With that in mind, what's to say she didn't bring that pattern back with her?
Objection!
But since this is clearly a Koreanese design, not even you can deny the possibility that it was made there in the Kingdom of Korean.
Objection!
Anything is possible to some extent. That doesn't make it true. You can't conclude that the orb is from Korean based solely on that pattern. If it were that simple, I could just easily say it's Japanese. Kind of not proof either way. If they're doing this right, the pattern alone proves nothing. That also means there's no basis to claim the item was in dispute was made in Japan either. At this rate, we're going nowhere fast. Like he's right, we're just spinning our wheels here. Wonder if we have any evidence that could break the stalemate. Evidence that could break the stalemate. Let's take a look. I mean, we show design, but doesn't prove anything. No. No, on this. Crystal is the key. Crystal. It is a crystal. He refers to it as a crystal too. So no out that way. I mean, those weird markings I keep pointing out, like they're on the box too. Or I mean, not the, I mean the stain sort of like it's blood, but I don't know if that's gonna hold up. Oh, it's gonna be evidence. It exists. The defense would like to present a piece of evidence to the court. A piece that will finally break the stalemate. Oh, well, you sure piqued my interest. Let's see what you've got. All right. I will now prove that this is in fact the Founder's Orb. You know, I did it because it, you know, it felt right, but Gotta be in some of these research things. I cracked the riddle. Paying much more attention to these smaller details. Because the riddle we know is connected to the box here. This. Notice this riddle's this. And the question is, what do I present to prove that? Either this or the... Yeah, I think it's the riddle. I think I present the email. Because the guy's claiming, oh, we got this for this such and such. But why would there be a riddle if you already know what the thing was created for? Just celebrating your family. But let's save just in case. This.
Take that!
Dang it. And how does that piece of evidence prove the relic is a Founder's Orb? Well, it doesn't, does it? Not by any means I can fathom. Sorry, Apollo, but I have to agree with the boss on this. Me too, actually. E3 defense. Oof. Yikes. Time to think that one over again, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor. Evidence that could break the stalemate. Maybe the fact that it takes us back here and not to presenting evidence against makes me think it doesn't exist. Let's click on does not exist and see what happens. Doesn't seem to be anything we can use, at least not at this point. Well, unless we can find something, the trial won't be going anywhere. I don't know, I think I have a decent case though. He's talking about a riddle. Ew, that's much better. What's his deal? I have a suggestion. Why don't we consider this from a different angle? I'm listening. What if the Defiant Dragons really were authorized to take possession of the relic? I'm afraid I don't know where you're going with this, Mr. Wright. Consider the Orb a transfer agreement, which states, I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. What if, as the last part suggests, this was written under duress? That would render the agreement null and void. What are you suggesting, Mr. Wright? While you were on your little cave expedition, I was investigating Dr. Buff's accident. And there was something you overlooked, Mr. Justice. Namely, that his accident might have actually been murder. Oh my god. Who could have seen this coming? The case we are on turning into a murder. Shock of all shocks. Unfortunately, I think right there is a good place to stop. I got a taste of it. I'm happy we went a little deep, but I'm getting a little tired. We got a lot more case because I know this is gonna be a doozy. So I think I'm gonna stop here. Thank you all for joining me. Next time we'll see where Phoenix is going with this. I'm interested to see what evidence he has. What we overlooked, supposedly. Probably that stain on that book, if I had to guess. The one we thought is coffee. Oh, maybe it's coffee. Maybe it's important somehow. But anyway, we'll find that out tomorrow. I'll be back at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm streaming all week. Well, since I now know there's probably another case after this, we're probably not going to be able to finish this week, but we'll finish up this case at least. Depends on how long that extra case or how long this one goes. Final cases in Phoenix Wright tend to overstay their welcome a bit for me, personally. I'm going to take it the whole week to finish this one, but we'll see. Again, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. So that's it. I kind of phrased that in the way. Weird, so bye.